right. Last, we left off. Last we left off, traveling back from a mission that you all shared, one that sought the removal of a very, very negative individual. Having successfully completed your mission.
I'm sorry, that music of just getting cheered on.
Having completed, yeah, I don't know why that song is on the rotation, but I'll look into that. Having sought the mission out and successfully completed the mission with minimal casualties, you find your way, making your way back into to town, or at least attempting to make it to town, a location known as Ashwood. Ashwood, the hometown or the home base of the Dogs of War, a predominantly elvish.
Do you want me to bring you back something? It's Mexican food.
What? Sorry, what?
Do you want me to bring you back something for dinner? It's Mexican food.
You wanted to bring me a banana colada
That could probably happen.
and maybe a dessert if you wanted to, but I can eat enchilada and fries.
Can I get some
We
churros?
have a piece of cheese.
I'll take a burger. Can we get a Mexican burger?
I'll take some churros.
Some guacamole?
Shut up, guys.
Yeah.
He's telling us to shut up. The gall.
Having made your way back to Ashwood, you meet up.
Banana colada.
We get it. He wants a pina colada.
It doesn't get better than that, folks. Anyway, you know,
This is so amazing.
I don't know how to proceed.
Can't you just mute him?
Frog, this is content.
Can't you mute
We
him yourself?
proceed by singing Pina Colada. That is how we proceed.
All right.
Ah, yes, when he gets back.
I temporarily muted him. Hold on. Oh, there you go. The man who works for Taco Bell is getting fucking Mexican. Uh-oh. Can't hear you.
Nothing.
He broke his mic. Oh no!
Can you hear us?
Roger, Roger.
Hello, hello. Try disconnecting, reconnecting. All right, well,
Pina
wow.
colada.
Testing.
Much better.
Hello.
Hey!
Cool. All right. It's better Mexican food. It's not Taco Bell.
That's all right. Don't forget about dessert. All right, so you make your way back to, you know, the location here. You actually meet an individual. Once you get to the actual main place of the Dogs of War, you find, you know, what he's known as the voice of the Dogs of War, a man by the name of Darvin. He, at a glance, you know, commands much respect, but the kind of respect that kind of goes to his head in many situations and in many ways. Having completed your mission, you were treated to a 5-course meal, at which the transaction or your pay through this mission, you know, goes through. Searching through the town, you come across, or at least I forgot the exact individual that went out to search for the contracts, greeting you with more contracts. You donated your blood to the page. The page kind of illuminates to reveal what has options. You had chosen, the last time we met, you had chosen a prison watch for 100 gold. Wanted felon named Connellan. Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Connellan. This individual is to be executed by beheading in the morning, you are to make sure that this prisoner does not escape. You'll be paid for your time and compensated for such, to be watched over for the entire evening, no matter what may happen. As you guys sit at this dinner table and kind of discuss the options here, I believe you guys were heading into town. Forgive me, it's been a month ago. You guys were just going into the town, and that's where we ended it, right?
No,
Some of us were breaking off to go to an inn.
No, we
Some
went
of us-
into town. We reported. We got a reward. We had like a 5-course meal. Then we picked up a mission. Got 2 options of missions, and we chose the one to watch over a prisoner until tomorrow's execution or sentencing or something.
Yep.
And then we left off right there.
No, some of us were going to the inn. Some of us were going to the prison to get more details on the contract. Because I think the stores weren't open yet.
Correct. I believe it was evening, and many of the places are shut down and closed.
Yeah. So people were debating whether or not to go to the inn. I know Thalia was because she wanted to take a nap.
No, I was going to the watch the prisoner too.
Yeah, but we had like a couple hours in between. So you said you wanted to go to the inn
Oh, okay.
to
Then
take
yeah,
a nap.
that sounds right.
And I think I was going to the inn to take a bath. Because I got called out by the maid in the 5-course meal.
That's right. You stunk like shit. Absolutely. All right, guys. So, I'll tell you what. For the sake of continuity, over the course of that time, where you would go ahead and go through, does anyone need to do anything specific before you head to this mission so we can all calibrate each other?
I'm just taking a bath.
Gotcha. Unless you wish to role play, fucking splish splash. I was taking a bath.
No, because I'm pretty sure as soon as Flea hops in, it's just going to be a puddle of mud.
Mud and grime, and it actually leaves like a little film.
Yeah,
around
don't
the-
forget I already cleaned off my feet with a towel.
Fair enough. All right. So everyone else is green, right? So we could just go in fresh. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Beautiful, guys. Thank you. Okay.
There's a way to track party loot. So good. So good.
Turn your video camera on, Dahlia.
Oh, my video camera's not on? God damn it. There it is.
Thank you.
No.
All right, guys. So between your
There we go.
recreation and your mission, Dory indicated a need to slip away for his own private mission that he accepted. And in shaking your hands with the, with the escort that you guys have provided him and vice versa, he travels on with a handful of other dwarves and disappears down the road. You all standing in the middle of the main road, and I will put a token down just to kind of signify where you are. I'll just put Dahlia's token here for now.
Doesn't want to move.
You noticed that, right? I don't know why, but that's weird.
He's stubborn.
Standing out in front of the Dogs of War headquarters, the prison itself is off to, I'll circle it on the map here. Of course, I'm going to use a black pen for that because why the fuck not? The Dogs of War headquarters is right there. Having gotten directions, the 2 guards at the front door with their halberds in hand guarding the front door, you guys stand amongst each other. The streets themselves, very wooded, very elvish inspiration. The area is yours, gentlemen. Time of day is roughly the morning at this point. The guards
Sorry,
coax you
So-
on.
wasn't it?
It was evening. Now it's the
Wasn't it
morning.
evening and we were doing the overnight watch that night?
Yeah.
I think you're
Yeah,
absolutely correct.
and
I apologize.
and I was going to I was gonna get my wound treated at the hospital where they were doing that,
Oh yeah.
and I
You
think
were
that
fucked up.
was where we ended.
I understand. For continuity, because it was a month ago, I'm trying to get everything going through here.
Mhm.
Unless there's anything specific you want at the hospital, Fate.
Yeah, just to get the infection, like all the bad things other than just being having a wound taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll easily say you do get cleaned up. All right, so and that's perfectly fine for there. I do want to go right into this because of the time that we have spent already, so I apologize. That being said, you guys are all going to go to the prison.
Yep.
You as well, Flynn?
Yep.
All right, beautiful. You make your way down. Fucking soundtrack. You make your way down the road. I'm sorry, everything's just fucking flopping up here. You make your way down the road. So as you travel the nighttime road, the candlelight that kind of flickers in each one of the windowsills, some of them in the trees, the trees, many of them hollowed out. You pass by the statue, the water fountain statue, with a figure in, kind of combined with a tree. This naked figure of a woman. The water itself coming from around, and it's just beautifully rocked outcrops. In fact, I believe I have a picture of it.
Testing. Can you guys hear me?
Welcome
Sorry.
back.
Sorry, I was switching from my one headset to my actual computers.
So, an image very similar to this. Just imagine kind of water fountain billowing around that structure. This nude figure of a woman, embodiment of this tree, this life-giving tree. The wood itself is kind of, it's almost like a white wood. It almost appears as if it doesn't quite belong here. The rest of the plant life around here is very much your cliche greens, browns, and whatnots with vines. This one is very much white, wiry in a sort of way. The occasional leaf that just kind of glistens in some candlelight. There's candles that completely wrap around, like someone or this town seems to really seem to appreciate this thing with candles and lanterns and things of that nature. The water, as you walk past it, the water, you could just hear it hitting like a small waterfall. Quite pleasant, quite relaxing and peaceful. You could almost swear you hear like this faint music that just emanates in the air as you walk past.
Would I know the religious background of this?
You're welcome to roll a religion check if you'd like.
10.
You know that there's many praised beings that deal with life or the giving of life or nature. There's quite a large variety. You can identify that there's some sort of significance with that. However, the specific deity in question here doesn't seem to strike your mind.
I would stop for just a moment, say a prayer to Bahamut to protect the town and this deity.
As you kind of do your prayer, the rest of the party would see you kind of stop. In fact, Thalia would almost maybe even bump into you accidentally, but she avoids you completely.
Something holding you up?
No, not quite. I do respect the gods that are good in nature.
An admirable trait. And I'm not gonna hold it up I'm not gonna hold him up any longer.
Flea, as you also walk through, and this little conversation is happening to your side, you're looking on the opposite side of the road. Kind of where a group of cloaked elves are just kind of walking in single file. And it's funny is that as you kind of walk by, they kind of shift a little bit, giving you a little bit more space as they kind of wrap around you, almost like, as if you were double parked in cars, right around you. Very similar in style. They don't seem to lay eyes on you, as they are very much cloaked and hooded, almost ritualistic in a way.
Mhm.
Hmm. Well,
Does their robes stand out at all, other than like any of the defining marks?
There are these because that's a word. There's these emblems. I'm stuttering all fucking over today, guys. I'm sorry. There are emblems, very, very woodland. Your cliche wood elf kind of inspiration. There seems to be very decent references, very similar to the water fountain that's across the street.
Nothing Dogs of Warish on them.
Well, the Dogs of War emblem themselves do feature white sapling, white tree. You know, because of your involvement with Dogs of War, that each rank, it's almost like it starts with a seed, and each rank is a bigger tree that seems to grow. The bigger the tree, the higher the rank. But this particular emblem, it does not seem to fall within the crest of the Dogs of War. All right, absolutely. As you stand up after your after your prayer, Jesus Christ, after your prayer, yeah, that kind of day. After your prayer, you stand up. The winds kind of pick up, and then some leaves just kind of crest across the city streets, and it's sweet. The air is very sweet and dense with moisture, and you continue to make your way. The paths here are very, just clean. It's beautiful. The trees are maybe 200 feet tall in some cases. The trunks of these trees can wrap around. If you had the time or patience, you could probably hollow out the tree and potentially make a 2-bedroom home in it. In some cases, some of these houses and structures are actually stacked on top of each other, kind of with like
What?
this-
I'm gone.
Okay, bye.
with
Have
the-
fun. Okay, have fun.
with these with these stairs that kind of wrap around some of the trees and climb the trunks of these trees. After you make your left and start heading, the road closes where the canopy is now turned into like this natural tunnel of tree and wood. And as the nighttime ambient light from the lanterns and street lamps, you go under. It dims out a bit, and in front of you on the other side of this covered bridge kind of motif through the trees, there's this building. In front of these building, or this particular building, is a clearing matted down with just your natural timber and wood. In that location, this, for lack of a better term, a stockade without the top portion of the stockade that clamps you in. It just seems to be a place for like a little divot, just big enough for a head. No guillotine here. It's just like the bottom wooden part. You'll see, a couple of people setting up stools and ropes and kind of tying things down. It looks like they're getting ready for some sort of ceremony. As you walk by, they kind of look at you just once again to understand there's a presence there. Are you the overnight watch? Excuse me, are you the overnight watch?
I forget what the name is of the leader.
Rock bar.
Rock bar Thalia.
Rock Bend.
Oh,
Rock
Rock
Ben.
Ben.
Rock Ben, are you going to address them?
Mic issues.
Uh-oh, can't hear you again. Sorry, buddy.
Yes. Yes, we're the overnight watch.
All right, make your way around back. Relieve the people before you. We need their help.
Testing.
There you go.
I don't know what's going on, guys.
Okay.
Yes, we're the we're the overnight watch.
Okay. Apparently we're supposed to go around back and relieve the crew that's out there.
All right, let's focus up and get ready for the long haul, gentlemen.
As you wrap around back, a lot of the windows and access points seem to be significantly smaller. Some of them with bars, but these bars are very intricately woven through, very fancy, kind of looks like vines in many ways. The tree itself, or at least the building, seems to be carved out of a living tree, as it does tend to sprout these branches on the side, but the building itself is complete and solid. As you make your way around to the side, hearing the sounds of hammers on wood behind you, as you leave the workers in the front there, working on the stockade area. 2 guards with their halberds crossed stand up straight and allow you access, as the doors open up almost automatically as you get close to them. Inside, behind these doors, darkness at first.
I'm gonna.
Cast light.
Sure, that works.
You cast your light to help shine the way in, and after about 2 seconds, the more you enter into this building, the inside begins to illuminate, revealing kind of a row of cells. You make your way into these row of cells, and all of them are empty. You have 5 on the left, about 5 on the right. You do see a grouping of guard, and these seem to be scattered between human, elves, half-elves, and whatnots. They seem to be sitting at a table at the moment. It looks like they're in the middle of some sort of dice game.
We're here to relieve you, gentlemen.
Shite, it's about time. I swore I was going to be waiting here forever. Gotta pee. You know what
Well,
you're
we'd
doing?
hate to interrupt your game, yeah.
Don't let her talk to you down. She's quite the conniver, if you know what I mean. Don't believe a word she says.
Is this the one that we're to watch?
No, not this one. The one further down. She's the one outside. The ones that are said to be beheaded are allowed at least a night of fresh air before their beheading.
Who
Well-
wants to be on her the whole night? Following her.
I suppose that I could. I could at least give her last rites if she's willing.
Sounds perfect. Go find her.
As they stand up, they're collecting their winnings. It looks like they were doing a little bit of gambling. You hear coin and pouch as these two guards in particular here start to kind of bring up their shit. One of them has kind of like a little bit of a sack of some sort as he stuffs some rolls of papers in it. And it looks like they're getting ready for clock out time, basically. You, in particular, it's clear as day. Flea.
Hmm?
You hear the jinglings and janglings of pouch money as it's kind of tied to this guy's belt line. This is a particular half-elf. He's the one that wasn't silent. Or, excuse me, he was the one that was silent, as he seems to be the vast winner of tonight's festivities.
You'll see Flea's hand like slowly try and go out, but he'll catch himself
Okay.
and put his hand back down on the ground. Nor must resist silence.
Thank you, Flea.
2 guards leave and start exiting out the door while you hear another one kind of marching down the hallway in the direction that you kind of beckoned to go towards. As you guys continue to go down that hallway, it turns more into like a wooden, if you were to hollow out a branch, a large branch, it kind of arcs to the outside, opens up to this single cage, about tall enough for a person to stand in comfortably. One wooden stool in the corner of the cage. As you see the guard kind of bang on it, bang on the cage, the outer cage, and kind of spats at the cage, then begins to walk past you. Just keep an eye out. She's got a date for tomorrow.
We'll be fine. Enjoy your evening.
Yeah. And they scuff and gruff and they leave.
They scuff and gruff.
Yes, I'm making words up as I go. This woman, as she sits in the corner, her face darkened at first. Hair is semi-matted, wet, and almost as if on cue, you start to feel raindrops kind of patter all around you, plink off of leaves and branch, boot, shoulder. It kind of clinks off of the cage, the top of the cage itself. Kind of starts to sog in this woman's hair. She lifts her head up to see who the new guards are. And as she lifts her head up softly, these beautiful blue eyes gaze over at you, Flynn. She looks like this. Well, are you my last company before tomorrow?
I believe we are.
You know, I shouldn't be here.
So what is it that everybody thinks you've done?
What, you loyal type? They don't debrief you? They don't tell you? I've only been here for like a month.
And we've been here. We just got here yesterday.
I'm not from around here, as you can tell. They call me a traitor. I mean, if warning people is being a traitor, then so be it, I suppose. Hey, look, she stands up and kind of, leans up against the cage in your general direction, Flynn. Hey, you don't really have to go through with this,
Telling that to the wrong people.
Look, you don't look like you're from around here either. I mean, you kind of look like you're from the north. Northeast of here, to be exact. Unless you know what's going on up there.
I'm familiar with the capital and the areas around it.
Well, I know something. You know what, never mind. You're not going to listen anyway.
Yeah, Flynn's going to pull up a chair and he's going to look around. He's like, I ain't got anything better to do.
Lynn, don't get too comfortable. You have a job to do.
Isn't this the job?
Yeah. Don't get too comfortable. Familiar. Don't get too familiar.
You don't have to be cruel. I am a woman.
He's allowed to talk to you. But beyond that, that's it.
He's allowed to talk, but are you guys allowed to listen?
That's each individual's right.
Well, then you have
Why don't you tell me what it is that I don't know?
the truth, the right to truth. Don't you see? You're gonna be all in danger. You don't know what they're doing up north. They're planning a takeover. They're coming, and it's only a matter of time. And because I know this, because I've discovered it, they want to silence me permanently. That's not fair. That's not right. I'm trying to help. As she kind of reaches out towards you, Flynn, with her hands. As clammy as they are, they seem young, soft, and fair. The rain kind of beads up on her skin, kind of drips off the sides.
Yeah, I may look young, but I'm not stupid. And Flynn is not going to reach out at all.
Please. I'm just trying to do the right thing. Why am I made to be a traitor when I'm trying to save lives?
Well, who are the people that are coming from the north?
The artificers. The artificers up north. They're amassing their technology every day, like wooden soldiers, but made of metal. Blades and energy that I can't even describe. Their eyes glow blue and red. They're making more and more every day.
And where are they sending these artificers or these creations to?
They're digging. They're digging. I'd show you. I had proof, but they took it from me when I got captured.
Who captured you?
Do you know the one they speak of? The one with the voice? Darwin. His people. Or the people he represents. Something like that. Some half or thing. I don't know. Some slave.
Interesting.
Come on, I can help you. I can lead you to. Just get me out of here. You all. As he turns to Thalia and Phileas, please. What they're doing is not right.
Regardless of what's right, you broke the law. We're charged with keeping you safe until your appointment.
But don't you understand? The teachings of Bahamut say I need to protect.
I would have been studying her this whole time. Can I roll an insight to try and get an idea of what her intentions are, if this might be like a ruse?
I can give you a Spidey sense roll, sure.
Alright. Ooh.
Nice.
Shit.
Your Spidey sense, you're watching this chick, right? And although you can't ideally confirm whether or not she's telling you the truth, her body language, her eyes seem to be genuine to you. You see fear behind these eyes. You see desperation behind these eyes. You see a plea for help behind these eyes. She begins to, after she says her saying about Bahamut and wanting to protect and whatnot, you could see she puts her head down. She kind of puts her forehead on the bar, and it looks like she's about to weep as the rain kind of encapsulates the sides of her face with gravity.
I do share your belief in Bahamut, but again, breaking the laws of man are there's no good done in that.
But I'm not breaking the Lord of our God. You, claiming to be a believer of Bahamut, you would help me.
There are consequences to all of our actions. This is something that you must face.
No. You're with them. You know better. Bahamut would be ashamed of you.
If there was truly a dangerous force that is brewing, I would face it head on directly, as Bahamut would.
But if you're truly a follower of the Bahamut, what about the trial of the war-torn? You know, Yuldrons. He speaks of it. You must know.
Would I know?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Curlethos would have absolutely told you all about it.
And what would I know from that?
Let's just say Curlethos, the name Yuldrons would make him see red. Or fire.
Oh, so, okay. While we may share our faith in Bahamut, we sure do not share the same perspective, I'm afraid.
So you'd let me die with nothing more than the guilt of trying to save lives. That makes me guilty of crime.
Though your physical body may die, your spirit would return to Bahamut our Lord. And he would truly judge you.
Please, you must see reason. And she points over towards Thalia.
Her back is turned to her, and she's leaning heavily on her halberd. Not Trent. She's like standing so that she's not gonna fall asleep, but she's trying her best to kind of just maintain a vigil.
She begins to weep. I could... Help me, please? Please. Please! I can't orphan them.
The only thing that I can offer is my services in your last hours. If you would wish to atone, I could help you with that.
I was about to say your services. Ooh.
$20.
At this point, the sounds of footsteps come to be heard from the same direction that you all came through. As a shadowy figure comes into lantern light from that hallway. Matt. Matt, you there? What do they see?
I mean, essentially the token, but basically, you would see a being that just kind of looks just completely brutish, standing around like 8 foot and has like the weight to match it. As he's walking up and all stuff, kind of missing majority of an ear, and then all stuff as he kind of slowly walks up, stomping over.
You guys see a greenskin or an orc-like creature heading your way.
Thalia is going to put her, or she's going to immediately stand at attention and kind of like, after halberd into 2 hands, kind of defensively, like at the ready kind of thing.
As you make yourself ready, the rest of your party would absolutely see this heightened state you've become.
How dark is it in the room?
I mean, okay, so if I was to be fair, I'll tell you what, let me clear the table and let me actually put a generalized structure here. Please hold.
Love the token, dude.
Oh yeah, just the complete just gnarliness of the face is great.
So let's say the area you're in is relatively circular, right?
I'm 6'1".
And you, let's say
Yeah.
the hallway you guys came in through is some sort of shing like this. In the middle would be the cage itself. In the corner of it would be like that bench that she could sit on. She's currently here on the X. Go ahead and throw your tokens relatively to where you guys are.
Cage is X.
X is where she's standing. The square is cage.
So you're not in it.
Alright. Here with the crossbow
Nope.
aimed at the door.
Absolutely, and you can place.
Yeah, I just had a lag spike on my end. I was just.
Yeah, you might have to set up your numbers.
What are you guys doing
Yep.
down there?
Sorry, I got the smell of smoke in my house right now, and my kids are searching for its source.
What are you looking for? We
All right, sorry. Or you could take the wheel off the board. No, you can't because it's fucking broken. Just
Your desk is.
Uh-oh.
Hoverboard?
sorry, guys. It's a night. Don't forget to update your token numbers, please. All right, cool. So, heading back to it. As this intimidating figure marches through, as you guys make yourself at the ready, Phileas, is your back turned to this creature?
Yeah, it'll still be facing the woman.
Okay, so then the last thing you would see is Thalia take a defensive stance in silence, apparently.
I'm gonna say hold there as he kind of like comes around the corner.
Yeah, I guess he'll kind of just walk up and kind of step in. It's like, well, stuff. Not really paying too much attention to it.
If he continues to move up, then I'm gonna seek to
Hey.
interject.
Yeah, no, he'll kind of just like walk just through the doorway and kind of just come to a stop.
Absolutely.
State your business.
Okay. Give me a sec here, because I have to double check something on my end. Make sure I'm saying right things. Yeah, okay. Stuff. He's like, and then, yeah, he'll kind of look over and all stuff. It's like, this is the Dogal Wars, yes?
We are part of the guild, yes.
Good, then I came to the right place. I am Gareth Zanadir. I was sent by... And, Frog, I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name.
Which one?
The one you sent me in Discord. In the screenshot. Mahatua? Maitua?
Matua?
Matua. Yeah, that would be it.
Correct.
Also, yep. I was sent by Matua.
Is that familiar to us?
My captor returns. It's
Owner
like
of the Dogs of War.
It's
Sorry.
it's like a 24-hour watch with you.
Eh.
A slave
do not-
filth coming back to do his master's bidding. Incapable of free thought.
Free thought is not needed. He'll kind of, I guess, who is the one who's kind of sitting?
Flynn?
Flea?
No,
Okay.
Flea's in the shadows.
Flynn.
Right now.
Okay, so Flynn was the one who's sitting. Okay. Or was it Flynn or
Probably
Flynn or
accurate.
Phileas?
Flynn,
Okay.
sitting.
Flynn.
Okay, I'm just trying to. I see people moving around. Yeah. He'll, I guess, kind of just walk over. If there's no chair there, he'll just kind of take a seat. As it would just kind of like creak as he sits in it from the
In
weight.
fact, I'm willing to say that there's a bench that Flynn is sitting on, and there's a little bit of space for you on the side of the bench.
Okay, yeah, I'll just take a seat there as the bench kind of like does a little bit of like a wobble
So-
as he takes his seat.
Thalia, Flea, and Phileas. So after Thalia says halt, and that little conversation happens.
Yep.
Flynn, you feel this large hulking mass of meat just sit on this bench, and it kind of tips in your direction a little bit, and you even feel yourself sort of ass slide just slightly.
Oh, you're a big fella. Where the hell did you come from?
I came from mountain. That is where I was captured. Now I serve what has his name again?
Matua?
Matua. Yeah, now I serve Matua.
You serve the directions of a murderer. You're killing someone that's innocent.
Money is money. He kind of just shrugs.
She spits in your direction into your face.
I won't do that. He'll just kind of sit there and just kind of like take his shoulder and his like upper arm, just kind of wipe it off, not really caring too much.
Connellan kind of retreats back to the benched area of the cell, away from Gareth and Flynn, Phileas, and Thalia. This is not right. God damn it, this is not right. May Bahamut strike you all dead.
Talia's gonna keep a close eye on Gareth.
Still aimed at the door.
I mean, you don't really need to keep that close an eye. He's pretty big. He's hard to miss.
About an hour passes by, and over the course of that hour, you all share the same space. You know, the occasional conversation comes from Connellan back and forth, back and forth. At one point, as you all are kind of doing your own sort of thing, she whispers, "Psst," to Flea. "Psst,
What do you want?
someone to listen to reason."
I don't listen to reason. I listen to orders now.
I bet you listen to coin, don't you?
I do like the shiny, but the shiny will get me killed if I try anything.
No, no. Look. I come from a family. A well-known family. Are you familiar with Luxtrom wine?
No.
Very, very popular. Okay? I'll tell you what. My uncle has a distributing location of Luxtrom wine. Black market. All you can drink, and you can sell it for above market value in this region because of how far away it comes from. I can get you some of that.
Lee'll start laughing his ass off. You think Flea is that smart? No. No. No.
You don't have to do anything.
Flea is good at getting coin himself, but selling stuff? No. No.
No, you don't understand. It's there. Think of it as a reward for getting me out
Aren't
of
you
here.
aren't you a servant of Bahamut?
I am.
Aren't you aren't you devout to him? So you would basically give your coin to him?
I'm devoted to him. You're absolutely right. But what they're doing here is sacrilege. I'm innocent. I'm trying to save lives.
Yeah, if you were rich, you wouldn't be devoted to Bahamut. You'd be living your dream.
Look, I don't
Do
know.
not speak lies to me.
These artificers are digging for something deep. There's a whole operation going on. I have to warn people, please! As she kind of raises her voice loud enough for everyone else to hear the word please.
Talia's gonna kind of like kick the butt end of her halberd against the bars of her cage. Just quiet.
This prisoner sprints to your side of the cage that you butted on as you are within arm's reach. Give me a grapple check.
Me a grapple check?
Yes, sir.
Hey, there's a 20.
Good luck.
She tries to reach for your armor, but your armor is just sleek, and she has nothing to put her fingers on to pull you in as she kind of slides. You don't understand? Let me out of here! Let me out of here! As she starts to go into some degree of a panic. They're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill us. They're gonna exterminate everyone. You don't understand. They want to take over everything.
Gareth will kind of take a shield and slam it against the bars and all that stuff. Quiet.
Roll me an intimidation.
Server says dirty 20.
Damn. Damn. She kind of okay. So you, boom, with your mighty strength, it enough to startle her that she gets knocked on her ass and begins to kind of, crab walk backwards.
Fucking exorcist in this bitch.
Enough out of you.
You Drons will have your head for this. You don't understand. This is not fair. I can't even say goodbye.
Thalia's going to turn back around and kind of resume her vigil.
Phileas would move over to her.
Even you being of a demon kind should at least be of logic and faith. And once again, these eyes are so welled up with water, and the rain has now soaked you all for the most part, but you're diligent in your role here as Phileas brings himself closer. She's on her ass at the side, shoulders on the bars, basically, as Phileas kind of... How close are you getting, Phileas?
Out of arm's reach, but I'd be, kneeling down.
She twists her body, puts her hands... Please, please. They will listen. You gotta help me. You gotta help me. They're gonna kill you.
I know someone who would be up for the challenge, I'm afraid. But you mentioned that you wanted to say goodbye to someone. I might be able to help you with that.
They're too far away. They're back up northeast, across ocean.
You could always chance it, but
Across
again,
the ocean, you said.
I'm not here to stop your judgment.
What do you offer?
Here's some parchment. If you would like to write a farewell letter, I can see to it that it gets delivered eventually.
Take the message for her. Don't let her write it out herself.
Very well. If you would like to relay the message to me, I will write it down here on this parchment.
Okay, one sec. Deke? Please hold.
Her message just says Leedle, 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 Lee.
So as she's quoting this, and I'm not going to act it out like that, but she's like very, goodbye speech, emotional concept.
Emotional concept.
Emotional damage.
My beautiful Celia. I can't help but remember the day you were born. How Bahamut graced us with your light. The first time I stroked your hair. The first time I taught you to bathe. Taking you to church. Your first time you discovered Bahamut for yourself, and we used to speak of it under moonlit skies. Dear Celia, you were a gift from Bahamut, and I will always cherish you. It is my time. And although I am to be sent to Bahamut directly, please know that I will be sent an innocent woman with the crime of truth and she begins to whimper.
Phileas, out of character, you are writing this down, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm just writing down as like a goodbye letter to Celia. I would get where Celia is located and her description as well.
I feel like he's gonna ask you to actually have written all of this.
So, taught how to bathe, first time going to church, weeping.
Oh, I'm sorry. Please, may I please have a cloth?
What? A cloth?
Doesn't she have a bed in there?
You could hear her. No, she only has a stool. A wooden stool.
I will stay where I'm at, and I will use prestidigitation
And to do what?
to
Clear out her
clean
nostrils?
it off. to clean off snot from her face.
As the snot is cleaned off of her face.
I think you could actually make like a minor trinket thing if you wanted to with prestidigitation.
Oh,
So you're
If
gonna
you
say
wanted
make,
to.
Like a napkin, an
I think
napkin?
you could. I think you could. Yeah, like a
Why
little
not?
ShamWow.
Let's fucking you ShamWow the shit out of this chick. What color
Let me
is your
look that
ShamWow?
Wow.
it's a white ShamWow with the symbol of Bahamut on it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you create a non-magical trinket that can fit in your hand and lasts until the end of your next turn.
Sure. So, as the symbol of Bahamut is in the middle of the ShamWow, she seems very hesitant to use it as a snot rag. In fact, she politely hands it back and says, I cannot disgrace the symbol of my lord.
I'm sure Bahamut would want to spare your feelings, especially if you are in truth.
If I'm going to die innocent, then I'm going to also die with respect and dignity. And
You haven't been showing much dignity.
it's you that wish to believe in lies, fine. Obviously, you're cold-hearted enough. I can't see why anyone would choose you as any kind of leader. You don't know what it's like to walk a path of righteousness and belief and faith.
Righteousness? You tried to bribe me.
I tried to wager my
Bribe
life.
me!
I tried to wager my life. I didn't bribe.
You tried to get me to unlock yourself for wine or so.
You don't.
That is bribery.
Is Thalia wearing any rockbin insignia?
Yeah, I'm wearing the.
one.
Yeah, I
Oh.
have it on my shoulder.
Okay.
But I'm also remember, I'm also carrying this big ass fucking book all around my neck.
Hit her with the book.
You only care about the weight of the coin in your pocket. You don't care about this. No morals. You don't care who you kill or who dies in the process of doing the right thing. Cold. Lifeless. I don't
I
see
do
why
care.
any god would believe in you.
I do care.
Why she's talking to Thalia, by the way. You say
Oh.
you do care. She turns around. Then do the right thing. Let me say goodbye to my Celia. Or at least say hello.
I will see to it, and I can offer atonement, or I can ease your suffering until it is time.
I'm going to ease my suffering, then put the key in the hole.
I cannot do that.
I'll be right back, guys.
As Thalia leaves, she takes this opportunity.
It's canon.
Please. Lord Phillies. I'm assuming we've introduced each other by now.
Yeah.
Lord Phillies. Do the right thing. In the name of Bahamut, this is my last plea.
In the name of Bahamut, you will be judged. And I'll start casting sleep on her.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Favor suck.
Make it official. Cast sleep. Does it actually show up in the log, too?
It should.
Yeah, should. All he has to do is click on it and then hit cast.
Cast. First level. Did it work?
Didn't show up on my log. Did it show up in your log?
Nope.
Did not.
Okay, so then yeah, it'd have to be someone that's just.
What is it? 5d8? That's weird. It should show up, but I'll do 5d8.
See,
3, 4, 5.
We can't see the skill detail, like the cast details.
Ow.
Like, you know how you can in Roll20, you click the spell and it shows you the wording?
Yeah, there's no way to like link it that way.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I know at least on your end, Frog, you can go into all of our sheets and go through
Yeah,
everything.
That's fine. Nevertheless, yeah, so as she's holding on, she slowly goes as her hands slide down the pole under her own weight. She just kind of keels over. Her body thuds on semi-moist ground. Her hair starts to soak up some of the rainwater that has pooled with some decaying leaves and mud.
Yeah. As she's kind of passing out, Gareth will kind of reach into his bag and pull out, like, to him, like in his hand, it looks like a quarter of a biscuit, but anyone else that's like a whole biscuit, he kind of offers it to Flynn. Want some? Flynn?
What was the offer?
Some biscuit.
Basically, yeah, it's like has a biscuit. He's like offering it if you want some of it.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, he'll kind of break off half of it, hand it, and then he just takes their half. One bites it, just starts chewing on it.
So, Phileas, do devotees of Bahamut usually try to bribe people?
Not usually the righteous ones. She does know some that share the faith that don't share the same views of... I mean, I'm assuming that Carolithos is canon just because he's in my backstory, even though Purple Demon Baby.
Sure.
Of Carolithos and myself.
Well, thankfully Flea likes taking gold, not selling wine.
So, should we set up a watch? And this is all open area, right?
Yeah, generally speaking. The ambiance on the outside of that is your elven woods, wood elf kind of realm stuff.
How tall are the walls here?
The walls are actually a natural, thick brush of tree. Some of these trees can reach up to 150, 200 feet tall.
I'm guessing there's light on top of the cage that illuminates the room.
There is ambient lanterns scattered throughout the woods here.
Is it?
Just above you, by the way, is a canopy of open sky, so you do see... Well, actually, technically, it's rain, so cloudy.
Do we want to take turns patrolling, or do we all want to keep our eyes on this one?
It's not that big of an area. I don't know if we need to patrol it. And I'm going to you're going to see my backpack kind of open up a little bit, and this ball just kind of starts to float up. And I'm going to have my drift globe like settle in over everything and kind of give off some light.
I'm gonna look for the lantern that's nearest my token and just blow it out so it's more dark.
Absolutely. And you blow it out, and as you go, the flame goes to a smoke, and then goes, turns back on.
Oh, this is not cool. I need darkness.
Another hour passes by. Can't hear you. Your shit's fucked again. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Sorry, buddy.
Pina colada.
Testing.
Got you.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Whatever
Can
it
we
is,
hear
that,
the
whatever
background?
it is. Well, go ahead.
Well,
I was gonna say,
go ahead and say whatever you're gonna say. I just have some in-character shit.
What's up, Gareth? What you saying, Matt?
oh, I was just gonna make a joke. Was all. It's all good. Never mind.
So, I think whatever behaviors you're doing before you AFK, for some reason it's freezing up your Discord. I don't know why.
I have no idea because I literally didn't do anything. I just stood up and walked out the room.
Weird. Very weird.
Yeah. I need to replace this, but I have no money at the moment, so yeah.
Now, what were you saying, Thalia?
If any of you want to take shifts, you're welcome to, but I'll remain here for the duration of the job.
Any replies?
I'm just gonna stay up the whole entire time.
I will also keep watch. And before I move away from the cell, can I roll one more insight check to
Yeah,
see
please.
if she's feigning asleep? Oh god, 10.
I mean, she appears to be very unconscious.
Okay. Well, with that, I'll walk away from the cell. I'll probably post up over here.
I'm gonna pull out that piece of cheese that I saved.
Absolutely.
Thalia's gonna eat her fucking food. I forgot I had that.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna cut it in half and then scurry up to the big ogre guy and just hold out half of it.
Like a
He'll,
tiny
he'll,
little thing.
yeah, he'll reach into his bag and he'll trade you a biscuit for the cheese.
Biscuits. Yay.
Yeah.
And then
The biscuit is disproportionately large, and the cheese
Yeah.
is disproportionately small.
Yeah,
it's like the size of my head.
Yeah, so to put this in retrospect, so like he stands about 8 feet tall roughly, and his body's like mass fits that. So like it's a biscuit to him.
Yeah.
So I have a biscuit the size of my head. So there's gonna be a lot of crunching going on.
Yeah, so he just kind of hands it, and then he kind of takes a little
This
bit
is
of cheese.
the best deal in the history of trade deals.
It is.
Yeah, as he literally just sits there, just like literally just folds the biscuit over the cheese you gave him, and just starts eating that.
I mean, that sounds delicious. Too bad I can't do that. I'll just start like rubbing the cheese on the edge of the biscuit.
Using the
Hey,
biscuit as a
Frog,
cheese grater.
does a full, well-cooked meal relieve me of a point of exhaustion?
I am going to say that you're going to need to roll a D100. And
Okay.
you need to get a B plus or better. So give me above 87.
Oh no, I don't have a D100.
There should be.
Bottom
there
left
is.
of the.
Oh, right. I see it. Everyone.
It's the double diamond.
That ain't it.
No.
Holy crap!
You are definitely sworn to your duty, and you are on the job. And although you are eating food, it's almost like you're eating food and working at the same time.
Just Kirby
stuff.
inhaling it.
Yeah. How long are? Because I don't know offhand. How long is the watch?
Until execution in the morning. So you're about, let's just say, 1 o'clock in the morning at this point. Execution's
Okay.
at dawn.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's
not
not
too
that
long
long of an
left.
actual wait. Okay. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. Another hour passes. Another hour passes.
As the dice rolls do nothing.
Another hour passes. The area is filled with sounds of nature, and I don't know why battle music started.
Is this our cue?
Frog's playing his hand a little bit early.
I need to fucking find a better playlist. I don't know what someone's fucking with this playlist. So at this point, you hear just nature around you: crickets, insects chirping, fireflies kind of speckle the air around you. The rain at this point has dissipated, and the sky is opening up where you can see your starlight peering through. The condensation of the trees and the air temperature creates this light mist and kind of creates this mystical kind of a feel environment with the fireflies going through. The fireflies actually are bright enough to look like magical orbs of fire that just kind of peer through the fog here and there. The sound of the town, virtually silent. The slight stringed instruments that these individuals use kind of chime through the air and creates this mystical kind of feeling as well. It's at this point in time that you hear, oh, oh.
Thalia's gonna say, kind of passively, only a few more hours. Not in a like a cruel way, just kind of like updating her.
Celia, run! Celia, run!
I'm running.
And then she wakes up and kind of looks around, recognizing where she is again. I had a bad dream and I woke up into a worse one. You're still here.
We are.
Phileas? Phileas?
I am here, lady.
Help me. Take away my fear.
If you wish to atone, I can help you with that.
Please. As she goes to the corner with the bench where she sits with her right shoulder to the cage wall.
Lady Thalia, if you could assist me, if you would.
With what?
Just in case she tries something. I will
Alright,
be...
I'll stand like right here and just like be closely watching what occurs.
And I will reach out my hand, place it on her shoulder, and begin ceremony atonement.
She goes to her knees off of the bench and creating it so you're kind of like, you know, like you're doing some sort of sermon or some sort of preaching moment. What is it you say?
I would offer kind of like a confession type service to her.
Lord Phileas, what is it that you need me to say?
Offer up your sins so that Lord Bahamut can judge them in the open. And he will atone your sins, and you'll be sent to him in the afterlife.
Lord Bahamut, I'm sorry for treading where I should not have. It was wrong of me to be so curious at the palace. It was wrong of me to eavesdrop on the artificers. If it wasn't for my curiosity, I would not have been in this situation. And if it's your will for me to pay with my life as a result of my curiosities and desire to do good, then perhaps this is my calling.
I'm gonna inspo that. Nope. She is not atoned.
Say what?
It's a DC 20 insight check to atone somebody.
What does a tone do now?
You touch one willing creature whose alignment has changed. And DC 20 wisdom check. Unsuccessful, you restore them.
Interesting. Lord Phileas, will I be walking with Bahamut?
Bahamut has heard your prayers.
But will I be walking with Bahamut? My sin is that of doing the right thing.
I'm not sure Bahamut has aligned himself with your thoughts. You will be walking on this journey alone.
Oof.
She collapses. And she reaches out of the cage and kind of tries to hug your left leg. And she begins to cry. Like, fuck. Cry. Like, she's...
A broken human.
Yeah, dude, she's fucked.
I will bow my own head in just like disappointment. Kind of like as if I failed her and Bahamut as well. I am sorry, my lady. And I'll start trying to back away from the cage in defeat.
Grapple check.
Advantage since I have Thalia here, or
Yeah, I'll help him.
Okay. Beat an 18.
16.
You go to pull your leg away, and she's got fucking claws of death on you right now. She's like, no, don't leave me.
Hit her with the back
sorry.
of your hellbeard. Knock her back.
Yeah.
Lady
That's-
Thalia, please. I'm
gonna-
being compassionate here. Like, I'm not taking this as her attacking me. I'm just like, I'm seeing desperation.
All right, I'll let it be then.
Oh no, I'm asking for your assistance.
Oh,
but
you are
I'm
okay.
I'm
Then
asking
yeah.
for your assistance, but I'm
Get
just
this
like,
bitch
Yeah.
off of me!
but I'm not like, get off. I'm just like,
All right.
All right, time to go night night. Bah!
I'm not gonna do it with my halberd because I'm not that much of an asshole. So I'm gonna kneel down and like pry her, like with my hands, pry her off of him.
Grapple check.
Wow. Damn, she's got the death grip on.
I beat that roll with a 13. Yeah, as you try to kind of basically peel one finger at a time, she's locked. As, you know, once again, Phileas is trying to pull his leg away in a respectful manner. And as you're trying to peel it, she's like fight or flight at this moment. You know what I mean? Like she's panicked. I'm innocent! I'm innocent! I'm innocent!
I need your assistance,
who'd you say?
Gareth. I need your assistance.
The
Gareth-
big guns.
He'll go to stand up from the bench as it does, like the bench kind of does that little plop, his weight was holding Finn's end up
Yeah.
just slightly. So he'll kind of, I guess, get up and walk over, and he'll just kind of stare at her and just go, "Let's go, now."
She honestly, she's not even like she's so like hanging on for dear life. She doesn't even acknowledge that you've come here. She's just screaming, "I'm innocent! You can't do this! Don't let him innocent! I can't orphan her! I can't orphan her! I did the right thing! I do the right thing!"
I'm gonna attempt to do this again, hopefully with advantage this time, though.
Sure.
That's a nat 20.
How do you wish to remove her from Phileas's legs?
I'm gonna just grab both of her arms and kind of hold them into the cage, let Phileas back away, and then I'll kind of shove her back because she was being uncooperative.
She comes back to the cage bars and starts trying to shake them. Unfortunately, she's not the most physical peak. In fact, she looks not starved, but let's say malnourished. And she's shaking, and slowly just slows down. She just looks down at her feet and her hands as her grip on the bars have created these red burns down down her palms.
I curious about how long till dawn break?
About 2 more bio break. About 10 more.
No. Dawn break.
Oh, dawn break. 2 hours ish.
Okay.
Are the burns on her hand like from the magical cage or something like that?
No, this is from the physical.
Oh, okay.
She was stroking the cage a couple times.
Is it still raining right now?
He was looking
No,
for that key.
That had cleared up.
Gareth will kind of just turn around. He'll kind of walk a little bit, and he'll start looking for like some small kindling.
Oh yeah, you're in the fucking woods. That's easily found.
Yeah, he's just going to get a kindling going, and he's going to start a little mini fire, and he's going to put his little cooking pot over it and cook a meal.
I would walk over to the bench with Flynn, saddened and defeated, open up my prayer book, and just start reading.
Valia's gonna return to this position.
Yeah.
You know what I should be doing here as far as ambiance is concerned? There you go. And there you go.
That works. Yeah.
All right, guys.
That's actually hilarious how small the fire is spawned in next to him. That works.
I mean, you were a big guy. You're trying to make a fire. so
I
you
was
make
just
it-
I just found it funny of how small it was just from the spawn in token. It's like, oh yeah, that works. Ooh, Lou. Oh.
In fact, the timber that you use seems to burn purple.
I okay. Yeah, he'll just kind of start using his cooking pot and utensils, and also he'll start cooking some meal using some dry vegetables and water and some salted meat. And starts cooking a little mini stew.
About an hour passes as you start to get that stew, and it's kind of boiling up, and starts to have some degree of an aroma to it. Can you just roll me like a I mean, do you have a skill base for your cooking, or is it just flavor?
I actually do have proficiency in cooking utensils, which I do have.
So give me a cooking utensils roll to justify how good you're cooking right now.
That's just a D20 plus my proficiency then with advantage.
Get it.
So there's the first one, and then there's the second roll. So a 3 or a fucking 3.
Wow.
So basically,
Oh come!
you have a ladle and a fork,
Yeah.
and the fork pokes, and the ladle scoops.
Yeah,
That's the extent of your cooking skill at the moment.
it's like overall it's a 5, but yeah, still it's.
Nevertheless, the aroma itself, smells better than the stuff that this lady Connellan has had in probably some time, and she says to you, "My captor, how about some mercy for a starving woman?"
Um, without saying anything, he will actually just kind of take the ladle and all stuff and start filling up a bowl. Puts a spoon in it, and he will actually. 'Cause that's actually the initial intent here.
No
He will
spoon.
all stuff. He'll kind of look over thought. It's like stew hot, spoon needed, as he just offers the bowl with the spoon.
She puts both hands up and receives both of these objects, and she actually says, "I know how brutal your kind is, but I believe that you," as she takes it, "you don't have to go through with this."
Either eat stew or shut up. He turns around and goes back to the fire.
She puts her head down, her hair kind of covers the bowl, and you just kind of hear slurping. "Thank you," she says.
He'll just kind of mumble something under his breath, but as he's just kind of going back to cooking.
Thalia's gonna watch her with the spoon. Make
She-
sure she doesn't attempt to gouge anybody's eyes out with it.
It's a spoon, not a spork. We're safe.
Are you using metal utensils or are these wooden spoons?
These. I'm going to assume wood, but
Okay.
I mean, I'll leave that to your discretion.
I mean, it technically goes with your flavor, so I'm okay with that. As she takes her time slurping this up, maybe it's like a chunk of potato that she kind of bites into once and leaves the rest of it on her spoon. You kind of hear her go, Oh. Oh. She looks at you, Phileas. She doesn't say anything. She just looks at you, stares at you.
I would look up from my prayer book, briefly look at her, and then just look back at my prayer book and like I kind of failed her.
She turns her head to Flynn. Just looks at you, Flynn. Stares at you.
I'm gonna look back to say what.
You're comfortable with the murder of an innocent?
There's nothing comfortable about it.
Then do the right thing. Is protecting life not sacred to you? Everyone else here seems to only care of their own pocket.
Well, orders are orders.
A sigh of disappointment. And she finishes the rest of that potato. And you, adorned with such relics, you carry a book of what I would assume is scripture. And this is okay with you. What Lord commands you? Thalia.
Oh, to me, Helm and the Red Knight.
So you do believe in truth. You believe in justice and fairness. What's justice in this? Does Helm put the innocent to death?
Helm follows his orders.
May I even have the luxury of your name?
Why does it matter? Excuse me. Why would it matter to you?
I'm to be put to death anyway. Why can't I at least hear the name of my executioner?
I'm not your executioner,
You
just your
basically
jailer.
are. Same thing. You may not be swinging the sword, but you're responsible for its target.
The laws of man and the laws of gods are different. Perhaps the gods will see things as you deem them,
But your
or perhaps
gods,
not.
teach you, Helm, about justice. What justice?
Justice in the eyes of man. The gods will judge individual when their time is
Do
when
you
their
f-
time is here.
Do you find life sacred?
Of course.
Do you not protect it? Given the opportunity,
When
wouldn't you not save it? Educate it? Teach it to protect itself?
of course. But if you
Then what is my
fail,
crime?
if you are judged guilty in the eyes of man, then I am powerless to stop it.
But man is corrupt. Man lies. To protect its interests, don't you see? That's why I'm here.
The gods judge differently than men.
But I'm not a
And
traitor.
if what you say is true, then you will walk. God, do we use is it Celestia in this setting?
Sure, why not?
All right. You will walk on the slopes of Mount Celestia.
She puts her chin up. There's just no getting you to realize what you're doing. Just like you've given up on me. Didn't even give me a chance. You refused to listen to truth. You refused to save. I'm not the bad one here. You, as she points to all of you, standing up in the middle of the cage, she actually tips over the rest of that soup. You. This is on you. This day will haunt you. This day you will remember. It's the day that you stopped caring for life. Muhammad would be ashamed. Especially you, she points at Phileas.
If I am wrong, then Bahamut will strike me down. And until that happens, I will remorse this day to the day I die.
She drops to her knees in the center of the cell, and her knees squish into the earth, leaving 2 divots where her knees are, and she does not move, and she begins to rock back and forth, and begins to chant. It's a prayer in a draconic language. Anyone here speak draconic by chance?
I kinda
Elias?
do?
You kind of speak Draconic?
It's my backstory, Frog.
It's fair. It's a prayer from a very popular piece of your scripture.
Yeah, but like, I know Draconic, but I don't know Draconic.
No, but you would, so out of character, like I would sing a Rammstein song, which is all in German, but I don't know German. You know?
Okay.
I look at it like that. So you recognize the phrasing, the words in order, and you would recognize it as a very popular, I guess, metaphorically, Bible quote that she's repeating over and over and over again. Obviously from the Book of Bahamut in this case.
Mhm.
It's the Bible. The Bible is canon.
I'm This isn't gonna sit well with me just because of like how off I am with the whole situation. So I'm just going to stand up from the bench and just kind of lean up against the hallway wall over here, just trying to get a little bit out of earshot.
Flynn, Phileas walks past you quietly. I mean, you definitely catch his face. What kind of a face are you making, Phileas?
Very sullen face.
Where are you going?
I need some fresh air, I suppose.
You're outside.
Flynn's gonna look up and be like, "Huh? Well, good luck finding that."
I just need some space.
Thalia, you yourself see Phileas kind of taking his eyes off of the job target.
Insubordinate. No. I'm going to like kind of catch up to him and give him the dad grab, and I'll tell him that if he wants to, he can take the rest of the morning off.
Thank you. I don't know if I can stay here in this immediate area. I won't leave the mission, but thank you. And he'll start walking down the hallway.
Absolutely. And you have the hallway to yourself, and eventually you make it to that room that had the 5 cells on either side. There are occasionally some prisoners in there. In fact, you see one person as you're walking in kind of get literally like tossed into a cell by a group of elves. And you kind of hear them say, "Disorderly conduct, 24 hours." And this individual stands up and dusts himself off, and you see him is very wavy. He's just kind of falls to his ass. And as that's happening, Gareth, you're well past cooking at this point here. Yep. What is it that you were doing as you hear this woman, Connellan, chanting in Draconic?
He just I guess kind of like sits by the fire on the ground, just kind of eating what was left of the stew that was there, like just watching, listening.
All right. What about you?
Not really doing.
Speaking in Draconic?
Me?
The woman.
Oh, that's one of my languages.
Where the fuck were you 10 minutes ago when I asked that question?
Sorry.
Well, you hear her quoting basically what sounds like religious quotes. God this, Bahamut that, protect me, guide me. They do not know what they do. Flea.
Yep.
You know the atmosphere. What are you doing?
I'm still eating the biscuit. It's a large biscuit.
He's just ripping it up.
Pretty much.
I apparently gave this man like 3 days worth of rations.
Yep.
All right. As the morning comes,
Lee becomes fat and has disadvantage on stealth checks.
as the morning and the light begins to hit this area, the torches or the lanterns start to automatically shut off. And you see them as they smelt themselves out. At this point, your shit is well past gone. Phileas, as you're inside the cage area, the door opens up and 2 halberd-wearing wielding guards come in. Present your prisoner.
She is still in her cage.
And what are you doing out here?
I just needed to walk. The rest of the party is back there watching.
Well, here, as he tosses you robes. These robes are a red color, like an earthen brown red. They appear to be traditional in nature.
This for the prisoner?
Yes. Present it to the courtyard at once. It is time.
I will inform the party. And I'll head back.
You head back, robes in hand. Are you unraveling the robes?
No. If they're folded, I wouldn't unravel them. The weight of it just seems like robes, nothing in them.
Nothing particular. There seems to be some text on it, but it's folded up. You can't really read it.
Are they clean?
Yeah, they're clean.
Okay. Yeah, then I would just bring them back. Enter back in the area. I would not hand them over to her though.
She looks up at you. It's time, isn't it?
After I make eye contact, I'm gonna look away instantly, and I'm gonna walk over to Thalia and hand over the robes.
I'll take them and bring them over and set them on the bench thing right here, and say change.
She stands up and turns, and as she's grabbing these robes, it's almost symbolic, like she's accepting her fate. I shall... She begins to sniffle and break down a little bit. She begins to take her tattered rags, and she begins to strip herself bare. She drops her clothing on the ground. They thud on the ground with a slight little bit of leaves and debris kind of dust up a little bit as her bare body exposed to the morning light, and she grabs the robe. Thalia, you see this woman. The cleanest skin, fair, not a scar on her. Proportions perfect. As the light hits her hair under the dirt and last night's little bit of rainfall, you can tell that her hair at some point, if it was washed, would be golden blonde. Her hair, perfect, just shaped, length, beautiful. For a second, you remember your hair being that beautiful once, before it was chopped off.
It's gone back a little bit since then.
Sure, okay, Britney Spears.
Okay, fine. She's motionless. Do we have keys to open the cage?
I know one of you do.
You know one of us do?
Yes, he just doesn't know it yet. Gareth.
Oh.
I was kind of, but when you said one, I thought as much. I guess yeah. Gareth will walk over to the cage and go to open the door, or the cage door standing in the way.
Door's on the other
Perception
side.
check to see if I can see the spoon anywhere.
Spoon's right next to the bowl where it spilled over.
Okay, just making sure.
Nice one, man. Nice one.
Ain't having no John Wick shit
I
here.
get you, man. Hey, dude, nobody's
Look,
getting
I'm already
shanked.
missing one eye. And honestly, thank you. He's already missing an eye. He only has one left to lose.
I mean, John Wick's killed people with a pencil.
So
So
for the
spoon-
record, Gareth is missing an eye and an
Yes.
ear.
Yeah, well, he still has the ear. He's just missing majority of it.
Okay.
Like there's
saying.
enough there that to still get pierced.
Okay, maybe one day you'll be as powerful as oh god, what's his name? I forgot his name already. God damn it. I can't believe I
Kane?
forgot his name. Yeah, Kane.
So now think about this. This was completely unintentional. I completely forgot about all that shit.
So
Yeah, but
so as you
Joey?
put the key, the cage swings open. She's just covering up her breasts with the cloak, and she kind of ties it at the neck.
I'll go in and grab her.
Well, Gareth is already in the doorway. Thalia, as you turn to see Gareth entering. ...
Gareth, I'll escort the prisoner.
He'll just kind of like grunt as he still walks in, but he goes to grab his bowl and spoon then.
Oops.
Cool.
Just get check. I'm gonna kind of like grab her. So yeah, I'm gonna grab her left arm, and I've got my halberd in my left, and I'm gonna kind of start pushing her towards the door.
I'll go. Just let me just look at the sky one last time. And she looks up through the bars. She takes a really big deep breath in. You see her chest just expand as she takes the deepest of breaths, slow, and she lets it out very, very slow. I'm ready.
I'll give a nod, and I'm not gonna hold her, but I'll be like right behind her, so I'm readying my action for if she fucks or does anything.
Okay. As you are behind her, she exits the cage. In front of you, Flynn, who is doing what right now? Flynn!
Yep.
You made it through the whole night to fall asleep now? Come on. Shape up, man.
Hey, I'm working on it. Where are we going?
The prisoner is leaving the cage.
What the hell happened to Thalia and Garth?
They're getting the prisoner
Yeah,
out.
you're she's walking right past you right now while I'm right behind her.
I'm just gonna kind of stand off to the side and let you go by, and then I'll fall in after.
When the method
Right.
acting becomes too extreme.
Meek, or Flea, what are you doing?
I'm following behind them because I have the crossbow aimed at the
Gotcha.
foot.
I believe Gareth has probably fallen in behind as well.
Yep.
As the prisoner is in the front of this four-party so far escort, I'll just use Curlithos' token as our placement for her for now.
That's one big woman.
It's a huge bitch. Name her Anahel.
You're all just angry because she's taller than all of you.
As
No.
As Connellan walks past Phileas, her head just follows Phileas as she walks past until her neck can't turn anymore, and then she turns forward.
And my head would just drop so that my hood averts my eyes, and I would wait until I see the last party member walk out the hall and then follow suit.
As you all, oh boy, as you all make your way outside, you pass these other prisoners, and these prisoners that are in the cells, these holding cells, you can hear them cheering here and there, saying some comments and whatnots, pretty just random shit. Please hold. Don't mind the drawing, you'll live. So, after you go out the door and are on the side, back to those stockades that we discussed earlier, you'll see an elf who seems to be militaristic in nature, wearing, I wouldn't say a bag like the cliche executioner, but looks to be some sort of elven mask, definitely hiding identity, but very, very fancily adorned in white, and representing like tree growth that just goes off the side of his head. As you all escort this prisoner, using Curlithos once again, she's brought to the steps up to these, I guess, gallows would be the best way to say it. I'm assuming Thalia is still directly behind.
Yeah, I'll kind of signal for everybody to kind of take up stances nearby, and I'll actually personally escort her onto the platform.
Alright, so go ahead and move your tokens to where you want to be, except for Phileas at this point in time. I got something for you, bud.
We have to tell Carlithos that we executed him.
Yeah. Because technically, because of the backstory, there's some canon here. Yeah. Let's just say he's stuck on the toilet for the past 8 hours.
All right.
All that cheese
So-
you wanted to eat.
It was all the wine.
He snuck some wine and his digestive system just didn't work with it.
By the way, the music is perfect for this whole scene. Nevertheless, so everyone's in their location that they want to be. Phileas, as Thalia turns to you and directs you, you are right next to her, and the prisoner. You hear sniffling from behind the cloak. Thalia turns to you and says,
Enchiladas.
dessert.
Yes, so good. You don't have to be here for this if you don't want.
I'll give a very slow nod and I'll start walking away.
As you're walking away, she's obviously aware that you were just giving an order and she could hear your footsteps. And she'll say under her breath, but loud enough for you to hear, "Coward."
As soon as I'm out of earshot, I'm going to look up to the sky and I'm going to whisper, Bahamut, are we doing the right thing?
Religion check.
God must speak to you.
Oh, please roll in that 20.
An 18.
Hold,
I was like, I wasn't expecting an 18. Hold on.
hold on.
Can I give advantage?
Give advantage on the 18. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you giving advantage?
He's opening his book.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that face.
Roll it. Roll at your advantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
20. Dirty 20, but 20.
So as you walk away, that tunnel, that covered bridge but natural tree aesthetic we were talking about earlier, on the other side of that is the fountain, where that white tree lady is. As you ask this question, this ray of light shines directly, like it's almost like it's like a perfect fucking picture, and it just kind of lights up. You can see the water in the fucking fountain shimmering enough, and you see a breeze on the other side. You don't feel a breeze on your side, but on the other side you just see leaves just kind of almost like snow for a second.
This is a sign. This is wrong. I'll turn around and look at the party.
Plus, at this point, she has taken her cloak down, and she's leaning over on a hollowed out wooden, like, you know, for the neck, that little curvature thing that you put it on. And you see an elf with a very traditional, ritualistic longsword, lifting it up. And we'll pause there. We gotta take our break. All right, let's be back at, let's give it a good solid 10 minutes, gentlemen. 10 minutes, so 33 after the hour.
All right. I may be a little bit longer just because I'm taking my dog out.
Okay.
It's real fear in there. Jeez. Couldn't get away fast enough.
Huh. That is weird.
What?
I'm just looking at the stream. Matt's character is named Adrian.
Who?
Do you have Frog streams open?
No.
So Garth, his
Yeah.
token is named Adrian.
Yo, Adrian.
Hey, dudes.
Yo, yo, yo.
Let's see this pup of yours. How big did it get already?
You see him?
Damn, he's fucking big already. You had him as a pup, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Did you rearrange your room?
No, I just turned the camera.
No, I don't remember that couch being there.
Oh,
That's
couch
a
has always
casting
been out of frame. Yeah, that's a casting couch.
I know that reference. Good times, man. Good times.
Oh, yeah.
So, lady is desperately trying to convince me to get a Saint Bernard. And
Beethoven?
Yeah.
Those guys slobber.
Yep.
Especially the purebred ones.
And they're big. And you
Oh.
know what happens with big dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Big poop.
Big shits.
And no.
And an assortment of health issues.
Yeah, not my thing. I don't think I'm still kind of in mourning, you know. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, you're ready when you're ready, man.
You guys think of the story so far, Phileas?
It's giving me some moral decisions here. Moral dilemmas.
What was Dirk's character name?
Dory.
Okay.
Finding Dory.
Because Garth's name on stream is Adrian.
Yellow.
Motherfucker.
Oh, Adrian.
Adrian! We won!
I'm sad.
Why you sad all the time?
And it's Yo Adrian, we did it. That's the quote.
I just said yo, Adrian.
Where the fuck?
How dare Flea get the quote wrong?
Yeah, just wait to see what happens in this story. Mr. Pina Colada. Oh, I'm sorry, Banana Colada.
Good. It's good to be politically correct about my colada.
Are you into yoga? No.
Nope. None of that.
What was another one? You like getting caught in the rain.
No. I go out into the rain. I actively seek it.
Somehow the Chargers are beating KC.
Go
Chargers?
sports ball.
Yep.
Chargers got Herbert.
Yeah.
Herbert the pervert.
Nah.
Herbert the pervert.
He's already better than. I think he's better than most of the quarterbacks that are out there.
He's amazing.
Oh, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick doing the halftime.
All right. Matt, you back yet? Yeah, he said he was going to be an extra minute. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Dude, I love this new phone. I fucking love it. I love it. I love it so much. Just seeing your rolls and being able to fox around.
Fuck Fox around.
Fucking fox around, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Hey, oh, look at that. You could put your exhaustion right on your character sheet, too.
Yeah,
Look at this shit.
it's good shit, man.
Where did you see the party loot?
So if you go into inventory and then you go to manage inventory, you can go to currency at the bottom there, settings at the top, and you can have put coins in containers. Track individual coin totals for different containers in your inventory. And so what I can do is I have the 115 gold in my backpack, and then it has a separate spot for where I, like in my equipment, I think is where it is.
Ah, okay.
It's really nice.
Yo, why didn't you guys tell me about D&D Beyond like a while ago?
I did when
man.
I first got here. I was like, man, D&D Beyond would be so much better.
And I'm back.
Flynn here?
Glenn.
He's probably taking a nap
Shit.
again.
Sorry, it took me a little bit extra.
No, you're good. We're talking about my pina colada.
Banana.
You're right.
The banana colada he's going to enjoy in the rain with a dude.
Yep. And he's into yoga.
And he's into yoga. Where can I meet this dude? He likes pina coladas. He likes drinking in the rain. He does yoga. Like, I'm not seeing any misses here.
And I do have half a brain. That's a downside.
I mean, that could be argued either way.
I like making love at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the rest of the song.
It's bedtime. You got school tomorrow. Come on, give me a kiss. I love you. To bed. I love you very much.
Bedtime.
Lynn?
Crotch bun. Go to sleep.
Mr. Wizard.
Oh, I have an ambient.
All right, can we replace her with Flynn?
Flynn, you back yet?
I'm ready. Let's rip.
All right. Replace the axe with a sword, by the way, guys. But I have a picture up on the wall to represent the ambiance of the situation. I guess the rain imagery is just thematic at this point.
Man, that's a pitiful headsman's axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not wait at all. It's gonna take more than one shot.
Yeah,
That sucks, dude.
it's gonna make it suffer.
That's even
I
if you could
think I'll
sit
let
there
you
and get a
suffer
clean
for
hit
a
smacked
while.
in the middle of it.
So what happens if he
Like, I'm
misses
pretty
and
sure-
hits like the side of the thing and it shatters his axe?
It wouldn't shatter his axe, but it'd certainly dull it.
Depending on how old the handle is, the handle might crack or break. Depending on how hard he was
That's what I
swinging
meant.
it and how old the handle is. But
Looks like it's a metal handle in the picture, so
yeah, then he's going to have some really bad fucking
yeah.
baseball bat vibrations. It's the only way I can describe that is just we hit a baseball too close to the grip on the bat. Oh,
Or just use a wooden bat.
see, I don't get that from wooden bats. I've only gotten that from like aluminum bats when you hit just above where your hands sit.
I don't know. I haven't played baseball since I was young.
I need to reload the table for something is glitching out. I gotta refresh. So
Man,
Well, that should be
You
interesting.
don't
Let's
gotta
get my
leave.
DC.
You don't
Oh,
gotta leave
okay.
anything. It's gonna do it automatically. I just, for some reason, it took away some numbers that I need.
I don't know where Thalia went. Oh, she's still there. Good.
I'm more
Flying
curious
off
if I'm
the
going
table.
from the reload.
Yeah, I hit a lag spike like right as he did that, and I had her in my hand, and then she disappeared. It was like, oh god.
What the fuck? What is going on?
Hey, I survived the refresh.
Why isn't it working?
You trying to get rain or something?
No, for some fucking reason, the tokens I have set up are the injector, the thing I use to put the numbers on top of your tokens. It's not working. It's saying error in script, and that's gonna be a mess. That's gonna be a mess.
So, at least in hindsight, if you have the encounter built on D&D Beyond, when you go to run the encounter,
Yeah,
it
I
has their
know.
health totals there.
I know that, but usually the initiatives are done via in-game table. I guess we could move away from that. I guess the problem is just coordinating which token goes with which. I'd have to basically, if I have 50 tokens on the table, I have to name each one of them individually. So
Mhm.
You just
Really?
have to letter them at least A, B, C, D. As if you have duplicates of the same monster in the encounter, it will have them labeled A, B, C, D.
yeah, no, I see that. It's
But he's gotta differentiate which one
yeah. So I just gotta name each
it's
one
talking
individually.
about, because D&D Beyond and Tabletop are two different programs, so they don't talk to each other.
Oh yeah, no. I know that. I do run it like this on Sundays
Yeah,
with my campaign.
I'm just renaming shit real quick. It is what it is. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll have it done.
1,
And done.
2.
God, this is so stupid. Honestly, it's probably even better that I just do it this way too, to be quite frank.
Who's Frank?
How
Frank's
does
my
one
uncle.
become Frank? That's the real question.
Well, to become my uncle, you'd have to marry my aunt, which I don't know if you really want to do that. She's pretty fucking crazy, in all honesty.
Estrogen.
No, not even. We as a family wish that was it. She's just crazy.
Oh, probably because I created this encounter when I had the original. I guess that doesn't fucking matter. Let me refresh that. Fuck. Sorry, dudes. Sorry. Learning new things. Give me 1 second.
We're good.
You're good. We can stare at your face as you puzzle over it.
Do you need help with anything, Frog?
I could use a baseball bat to the back of my head at the moment.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
It might vibrate too much and hurt my hand.
Ooh, touche. I don't know if I could help then.
Dude, I love how you shared these books with me. This is so much better than Roll20. Like it's so much cleaner. It's so much more efficient. Like I would never have thought.
From the DM side, it just makes everything a lot more streamlined and
Yeah,
easy.
100%. I could actually go once I get the hang of the program. I'll be able to fly faster.
Oh yeah, it'll take 1 or 2 run throughs with it, and then you'll know what you're doing more or less. But from the DM standpoint, when you're running it, it just streamlines everything so nicely.
And the other cool thing about it, man, like I could literally just queue up combats. I could take a day and just have like 50 pre-built encounters and throw them when I need them.
I have that myself right now.
It's just so much cleaner than Roll20 where I gotta have it set up and segmented and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, all you have to do on D&D Beyond is just name them like encounter whatever, so you remember.
Yeah, my in-person campaign, I have like 5 encounters set depending on what everybody wants to do.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
Okay.
I don't want to take away your real estate by rolling your initiative. How do you guys
Okay.
roll?
So all we do is on our page we'll click on our initiative roll. So like here, I'll go ahead and do mine here, for example here on, so you can see. So I roll my initiative. It's going to pop up in the chat. All stuff. So that pops me at a 12. Now on your end, as long as it's been linked, it was linked on to the group as far as like the campaign. It should pop to 12 next to my character.
Roll
there.
again because I had the sheet down.
Okay, so you have the sheet open now?
Yes.
You have it open, set to
Yes.
run. So okay, so I'm gonna click here and all stuff. This one's so
There
it popped
is.
up with
Look at fucking that! Oh my god!
And then when you scroll down and hit start at the bottom, it's going to automatically put everyone in initiative order based on player preferred.
That's sexy. And then
So if a mob or a player tie, it will put the player above the mob.
So then it'll just roll. If I hit start, it'll just roll my NPCs
Yes.
as well, right?
You have to click auto roll for them. You'll see like an option right above them, automatic roll initiative for them, and it rolls it all for them.
Look at that
Now-
fucking beautiful shit.
Now, say you're wanting to sit there and you do want one to have its maybe come in later. You want it to roll its initiative later. You just sit there. We click on the mob. It opens its stat sheet. You can click on the dex and it will roll it for the initiative for it.
Gotcha. Can you?
That way.
So you have a 6. Can you roll it one more time? I want to see if it auto updates to the newest one.
I don't think it does, but I'll try. 16 that time.
It does. Okay, let's go.
Oh, there you go.
So Matt's getting 16 initiative.
Yeah, I'm keeping that.
No, that's definitely gonna roll later.
Damn it!
All right. So as we come back to it, guys. So the last image we had after Phileas looks up at the sky and looks for guidance. His chin comes down to see this water fountain, tree, nude lady, wind, leaves that look like snow, light emanating through, and he takes it as a sign. As Phileas turns to face the gallows, the sword reaches its peak in height, and you see the executioner begin to bring down this blade. The blade as if in slow motion. And if you look at my camera.
So Phileas starts running forward. He yells, "This is wrong," so that everybody can hear it around him. And he casts Warding Flare right in the executioner's face.
Whoa, what? What? Okay.
So.
That might be pressure on her.
So. Give me a second.
He got a sign from Bahamut.
Okay, so here's what's going to happen. The executioner gets an attack roll at disadvantage. I believe that's how it goes with that Warden Flare.
Correct.
Please hold.
You just turned one swing into 3 swings on her neck.
Please hold.
Hey, I can finally turn my figure faster. Mine has been like slow, like been slow for weeks.
They did update it. Tabletop.
Well, it was like just earlier I was like spinning him really slow, and mine's like it's faster now.
I mean, mine's
Did you
spinning
make your-
slower than
Did you
like
make your
Flea's.
characters smaller?
I didn't.
Can you guys see my rolls or no?
No.
No.
I don't see anything right now.
Nope.
Okay. I've successfully rolled a longsword at disadvantage. Here's what happens. As the sword comes down, there's a slight crowd here, as there are witnesses to this, and as Phileas charges through, you see him kind of like, oops, shit. You see him charging through, and he's kind of like pushing people aside a little bit, like he's pushing through the crowd. What does your wording flame look like when you cast it?
So normally it's cast on myself, but as I'm casting it out there, it's a transparent globe just appears, and then a gold film covers it, and then explodes into a burst of light.
Okay. This burst of light, like a miniature flare, illuminates anyone nearby as they kind of like turn their head a little bit as the bright light would pierce their retinas, creating this flashbang of sorts. You hear, and don't see, but you hear the sound of a sword hitting wood. And as everyone's vision comes back, takes about a second or two, as everyone's eyes begin to refocus. And as you refocus, you see and hear as a head rolls across the gallows.
Lee is dead.
Blood trickling.
Please far away from this shit.
No, I was saying like you're just sitting there like just.
Dude.
Oh
Good
yeah.
camera.
It's executioner's head.
I'm just
Add a
like,
character.
ugh.
Out of character, my daughter who's been listening in, she is super upset right now. She is legitimately crying her ass off right now. Are you okay, baby? Come here. Come here.
Rip.
Rivet.
Baby, it's make believe. I know. It's sad. I know Phileas fucked it up.
I didn't fuck it up. You fucked it up. Your rolls did it.
Look, good
You
sir.
killed her, frog.
Good sir. You have gained us more wrath by the goddess of death. Now,
So,
she's going to be
Oh, it
extra
just so
vengeful
happens
for
that I
those.
know a
would you
servant
like,
of the god of
Would
death.
you like Phileas to die tonight? Yeah? Okay.
Fuck Phileas.
All right, so no one carry him or try to save him.
You
He's a
saw
cursed
her
individual.
guilty, and you still didn't let her out of the cage.
I didn't get any
You
signs
all did.
before then.
So, I like to point out for good graces with the goddess of death, I at least fed her a last meal.
Nah, it's all good.
I know.
It's all good story.
It's okay, Annahel. She'll hook. What's her face up?
So, back to the imagery. Twisting that
Look what
fucking
you
knife
did.
Phileas.
Look
Way to
what
go-
you did.
Way to go, Steven.
Hey, at least my conscience came back at the end.
So as you hear that, and the head, although it lands kind of upright and then tilts the side and begins to kind of roll back and forth as you see two beautiful blue eyes looking right at you, Phileas. And they begin to blink, and the mouth begins to kind of act as if it's trying to talk,
Uh-oh.
but no sound comes out. And eventually, the movements stop. The executioner points at you. What the fuck was that?
Not even regarding what he said. I'm just going to fall to my knees right in front of the head.
The rest of the party absolutely sees this and bore witness to everything that's happened.
Uh,
All right. So Phileas is just kneeling at the head now.
Yep.
I'm, yeah, just like giving in to my own weight on the ground.
Okay, so you didn't actually like walk over.
No, I was charging forward and
Oh,
casting
okay.
warding.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was charging forward, casting warding flare, and then it happened, and then the head rolled at like towards me, and I'm just slowed my momentum and fell to my knees on the ground.
Is there people around me right now?
There's a small crowd. Yeah, I would. You know what? Somebody roll
Can I
me.
start picking pockets?
Hold on.
Jesus!
Hold on. Let me roll 2d20 real quick.
You're good. After this, I got something.
There's a crowd of no less than 26 people.
All right.
So to answer your question, if you want to pick pockets, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of pockets here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to that. Let's do the drama thing, and then we'll see how you capitalized on the drama.
Gareth will kind of, assuming Phileas is now being up close and all that, Gareth will kind of just grab him by like the front of neck of his like ear and all stuff, and just kind of lift him up. So and all stuff, it's like, we were not hired to save, only God till death. As he's kind of like yanking him up off the ground.
I'm not giving any strength to my legs. I'm just kind of dead weight right
Folly
now.
is going to grab his arm as he's grabbing Phileas by the front of his shirt and like look Gareth dead in the eyes and say, "Let go."
He'll
This
he'll
was
let
wrong.
just, he'll just kind of do like a like a just please like grunt or whatever, as he kind of does like that little shoving let go and all stuff.
Are you letting go of Phileas?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll take my hands off.
This was wrong. Bahamut gave me a sign, and I was too late.
It's done. There's nothing we can do for it now.
I have failed.
If we were a little higher level, we could have cast Revivify.
And if only had like one more level.
So Flynn, having bore witness to this as well, you see all the commotion that's going on as you stand nearby. What's Flynn all about at this moment? Like, what does he do?
I kind of walk on over there and be like, I think we need to get off these streets. We're causing quite a scene here, guys.
Let's just return to the guild hall.
Okay. And as you're mentioning this and you collecting all your cohorts, Flea.
Yep.
Roll me. Ooh.
Now, mind you, I'm just making my way through the crowd, just like pushing them and making it feel like I'm just pushing them while trying to grab their pockets.
Yeah, no, I get your take here. I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna do roll versus roll here. So, roll me 10 sleight of hands, please. And you can roll. I think you can mash them all up together.
Can I?
No,
Oh,
I think it's going to do a cumulative total if he does it that way.
That's perfectly fine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Start. Oh, I should write this down too. Hold on.
22, 12, 17, 7,
Hold on.
9,
Hold on.
21.
Hold on.
Okay, let me know when you want me to start.
All
Saint
right.
football. No need to call out random numbers.
First number.
22, 12,
Wait, hold on.
17.
When I call, hold on. I'm writing at the same time here. All right. These are 22, 12, 17. What's the next one?
7,
Okay. What's the next one?
9,
Will it not show me the rest of my fucking roll? Okay.
21,
Okay.
11,
Okay.
and the Mega Ball number is 17.
Is that 10?
Oh, sorry. There's the other two are still there. And then last two are 11 and 12. I apologize.
Those are the bonus numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, those are your bonus numbers.
And now roll me a percentage dice, please. Flea.
Now we all have 1,000,000 gold each.
Percentage dice that
or 1,000,000 guards on us.
is that a D100?
Yes, please.
How many guards are coming for us? Survey says 28.
Okay. And that's going to be based on this. Sorry, on the fly.
Gosh dang it, Flea! You just had to make the DM do shit off the cuff.
Hey, I'm trying to increase our wealth or screw myself.
Fucking rat.
Hey,
Rat.
I was getting money
bastard.
one way or another. I'm not going after an elf guard, but civilians that I could slowly push on and try and steal from, that's a different story.
Rat bastard.
And based on that. And based on that. Okay.
I mean, he is a rat, and probably is.
Someone's going to need to put this in loot chat for me, please. So, the first one. You wind up pickpocketing person number 1. 15 copper. Person number 2. 16 silver. Person number 3. 16 silver. We'll come back to person number 4. Person number 5. 19 silver. Person number 6. 11 gold. We'll come back to 7. Person number 8. 11 platinum. Ooh. Person number 9. We'll come back to. And person number 10, 9 gold. Now,
I heard 11 platinum, and I went blank.
Yeah, that was a noble that was probably in the area, and you done picked the right pocket.
He's just doing great. That's what I picked up. If that corresponds.
So,
we can forget about those other ones.
So, you know what's funny about pickpocketing a noble? And this is actually legitimately true based on what got pickpocketed and where and who was in the line order here. And this is all a random table. The funny thing about being a noble in public is you tend to have guards with you. Or at least some sort of caretaker. And the people that you fucked up on was write this number down please. 4, you fucked up 7, and you fucked up 9. And unfortunately for you, 7 and 9 were his guards. So, here's what I need from you now.
Okay.
I need you to roll me 3 stealths, please.
14. I'm gonna re-roll that with inspiration.
You better.
18.
Okay.
And 24.
Okay. You said the first one was a 9?
No. First one was a 14.
14?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because the first person that was pickpocketed that you missed was a peasant. I guess you must have got your finger stuck in some sort of yarn or something, or just didn't get a good grip. But as you make it to the other guards, the first one you try to bump into looks at you, kind of scuffs you away before you can get anything legitimate. Then you go to the noble. You dig down and you went. Oh, you're feeling solid coin. And you're like, whoo! You quickly shoved it in your pocket. And then you kind of twisted around and elbowed the other guard. Didn't know he was a guard at the time. They're like undercover of sorts. And you try to grab the pouch, but as you did that, the head began to roll, and the guard reacted to it like and didn't quite realize you were going for it. You lucky fucker. However, you coast through the crowd with your finger doodads. Where do you end up at the end of all this? As this is the part where you see Flynn saying, "Guys, we should get off the road."
Oh, I'm already like down the road. Like I'm already waiting for them.
Sneaky,
I,
sneaky.
I got my sneaky loot, and I'm just waiting. I'm just like, yep, all right, guys, I think we should go.
Absolutely. And as you are already at the covered bridge motif heading towards this fountain, where's everybody else at? What are you guys doing? As once again, these guards, are aware that you've tried to intervene in this situation.
I'm kind of like ushering Phileas towards, and everybody else I'm assuming is with me towards the guild hall.
It's at this point that you start to see. Fuck it, let's see how many. From all around. Can you guys see my roll?
No.
Nope. From all around, there's about 11 guards that are responding. These are elvish guards adorned in a green and white motif tabard. Not quite the dogs. That seem to be kind of encircling you guys. As you're trying to make your way off the scene, they seem to maneuver themselves in a way that you'd have to go through them to get to the other side. What are you guys gonna do? I know Phileas is riddled with grief right now, so he's probably not responding too much. But Gareth, you're here. Flynn, Dahlia, Flea's already at the bridge, so fuck you guys.
Well, I mean, I'm turned around waiting for them.
We're on our way to the guild hall, I say to the guards.
Interfering with justice is a crime. The natural order of things. Traitors are to be put down. Any interference will be looked at under the scrutiny of our guiding principles.
Phileas was just trying to make the execution more extravagant.
Hand him over.
As he says that, Gareth will move between the guard and Phileas, and just kind of like reaches down, puts a hand on his axe's like handle, while it's still on, sheathed at the moment, so to speak.
Roll a intimidation with advantage because these guards know who you are.
That wasn't the intent, but okay.
Come on.
Can we talk about how big
number.
your fucking health pool is?
It's called Barbarian. 21.
But Gareth, you know the laws of your master and those who govern. This is not right.
He will be dealt with.
The execution occurred. Nothing was interfered with. Let us be on our way.
Matua will hear of this.
I will make sure that he's punished as his rockman.
They look over to you, Gareth. Matua would not
Gareth-
agree to this.
He said they will not agree with it.
Correct.
Gareth just kind of like just does like a sly grin. I guess yeah. I'm good with that. Garrett's not afraid of a fight. And at the moment, dogs of war are the family. The guards are not.
These, I mean, did I say 11? 11 guards take their hands off their sheath as they seem to back up away from you. And they begin to, like, part. The whole crowd that's here, by the way, they're dead silent.
I'm gonna hurriedly rush Phileas towards the guild hall, but I'm gonna kind of like give him a rough shove, to kind of keep up the farce.
Use the back of your halberd.
No, I'm not an asshole. I'm not gonna whack him in the back of the head with a weapon.
I didn't say
Phileas.
whack him in the back of the head. I said hit him in the back.
Phileas,
Nah.
you feel shoving behind your shoulder blade area.
And there's like zero resistance coming from Phileas right now. It's like
I'm not like shoving him hard enough to fall. I'm just like
Yeah, no,
pushing
I
him
got
forward.
you.
Okay,
I
okay.
got you.
Just making sure.
Phileas, roll dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Just shove him into the dirt.
As you shove, putting up this deception check. Deception check.
Oh, deception for who?
Oh.
Me?
You're the one that's putting up a ruse right now.
Okay. A 13.
I'm just Larry Big Muscle.
As you shove and push towards the covered bridge area where your ratkin is waiting for you. Flynn, you see Thalia shoving and pushing. Phileas, could appear to be aggressively, but Phileas goes with it. What are you doing, Flynn?
Just falling in line as we get back to the little. I don't even remember what the hell is the place we're going to called again? The Dogs of War base.
Yeah, the guild hall.
Guild hall.
Wait, why is Carr still here?
Oh, he was the substitute for the chick.
This car's here in spirit. Oh.
I'll let him know that we executed him.
He's gonna need a new character.
Again.
Woo! I'm no longer the graveyard captain.
Graveyard's not there anymore.
I just realized, disregard my previous statement.
As you push your way towards the guild hall, the two guards with the massive halberds see you. And as they see you coming around the corner, they uncross their halberds.
I'm gonna try to snag a contract off of the board and really, really fucking hope that it takes us far away.
Well, out of character, I don't know if you remember, but you originally grabbed 2 to begin with, so there is another mission.
Oh.
And it's
we haven't bled onto that one though, right?
No, it's an escort mission.
It's an escort mission. You did bleed on it already.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then we're good. Well, I won't do that then.
Okay. And as the guild doors open to you, once again you enter this guild hall. The guild hall already has 2 people sitting at a table, and they seem to be eating a very massive breakfast. They seem to banter back and forth. Their voices echo into this massive hall, which, for sake of the new people that are at the table, I believe I have the guild hall ammo.
Yeah.
There's your atmosphere for those who need to remember what the guild hall looks like. It's kind of very much like a courtroom kind of a feel. It's got like where a judge's stand would be. There's doors on either side. At which point, as you guys enter, You see those two people eating a firm breakfast. There's a wench who's serving croissants, some eggs. These seem to be large eggs, almost like goose eggs. On top of that, this frothy beverage that seems to steam coming out of it. These two individuals seem to be having a fucking dandy old breakfast.
Did we find out where the lodging was?
We kind of sort of skipped over that in the beginning. Yes, you know where it is, but we
I'm
kind
gonna-
of we kind of
Okay.
passed over just because there was nothing crazy going on at the time.
I'm gonna keep us all moving towards lodging, and we're all going to go into the same room so we can talk over what just happened.
Well, the lodging is not at the guild hall. It's at
Oh.
it's at
the White
inn.
Oh.
Tree Inn.
The white, I believe, it's called the White Tree.
Right, right.
Should we turn in the reward?
I don't think we
Yes.
should go. I don't think we should go to the guild hall.
Well, we're
You're
already in
already
the
in
guild
here.
hall. Yeah,
Ah,
it's too late now.
shit.
Does Gareth know the two people at on the tables?
Frog, would I know those two people at the tables?
Sure. Let's go with yes. In passing, I'm sure you've crossed over because of what you are and who you are. Not trying to give too much further into that.
It's all good.
You would heard their names once or twice.
Okay, so not enough to actually like remember their names, just acknowledge that I've seen them before, basically.
You recognize them, yes.
Okay.
Just making sure it wasn't Matua.
Nope. Pardon me. It is not Matua. In fact, as you enter in and the wench is serving breakfast, you see Darvin reading a scroll behind the judge's area.
I'm gonna go turn in the contract.
Oh, it's you. Huh? How'd it go?
Just perfectly fine, and I'm gonna slide the contract over, kind of impatiently, but not like trying to be a jerk, but just like we're in a hurry, kind of.
Where is Phileas as you move over to the judge's stand to say this to Darvin?
Wherever he would have like stopped pulling me is where I would have stopped. Pretty much like how far you kick a soccer ball.
Okay, so what point? So you know what? Let's actually do it this way. Hold on, because this is important. I need to know this. Let's just say this is the guild hall. Let's just say this is the door you entered in. And let's say the judge's stand is here. There's like steps that come up.
So I'm thinking that
If you were looking at the people at the table and you saw
They
saw
are
Darvin
here.
if you saw Darvin behind him, you would probably have left me like right before or at the table while you head over there. I would think, right?
well, no, we came from over here, so
She's probably just going straight up. She left your ass
Yeah.
right there with us.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. And you know what? I'm gonna say that.
I mean, technically, Thalia,
Ye-
you were pushing him, so wherever you
Yeah.
technically it's wherever
I-
you want to place him.
I want to say that I was leading the pack here with him in front, and then I stopped him right here, and then walked past him and headed right up to the chair here. But while I was walking away, I said, "Take him to the inn, the nice one,
White
and
Tree.
yeah, the White Tree Inn, and I will meet you there in a few." And then I'm gonna continue to walk up and slide the contract.
I'm gonna follow orders because I got money.
So before you leave, I'm gonna do this much railroading. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Before you leave, Darvin speaks to you, Thalia. So, the traitor died a traitor's death? Well deserved?
Sword swung and heads rolled.
Good. Tell me she screamed. Tell me.
She faced her death with dignity.
Was she trembling? Tell me she was trembling. By the way, this is loud enough for the whole hall here.
She was very brave.
My head would be still, like, I would be, like, standing straight up with my head down so that pretty much everybody just sees, like, the hood and my horns over there. You would start to see some embers come out from underneath my hood.
As passively that's happening, obviously Darwin doesn't give a fuck about you, so he's talking straight to Thalia. So, you're come for your money. Simple it is. 1 second. And kind of ducks under the judge's stand. Had this prepped already for you guys. Figured it was an easy enough job. Petty cash, of course. Hey, Rockbent.
Yes.
Fetch. As he hurls the coin pouch across the room in a nice arc over your head. And it lands right about here. And as it lands, the coin purse opens up on the floor. And the coins roll all around Phileas's feet.
Before it hits, could I do a sleight of hand to see if I could grab it? I'm greedy as fuck.
Fine.
12.
1 second.
Uh-oh.
Who did this?
We lost Matt.
I'm giving a legitimate counter roll.
As opposed to all the non-legitimate counter rolls you've been doing.
Flea just sees the bag. He's like,
As you reach your hand up to the heavens, as you see the gifts of God approaching, the bag hits your hand and catches it. It wasn't cinched tight enough, and as you catched it and you squeeze the bag to, under the force of gravity, the bag, it is 100 gold, so it's got some heft to it, and not all the bag empties as you catch onto most of it, but about half of the bag spills onto the floor, and as you hear it clattering onto the floor, it pings off of Phileas's thighs, knees, and feet, and begin to onto the floor below him. As you look down, you can definitely see all these coins just roll around your feet. Phileas.
Judas, thanks.
Freeze?
So everybody in the immediate area that's around me would start feeling some kind of serious heat coming off of me. And like the embers that were kind of coming off of my hood, you start to see trickles of fire coming out from under my hood and over my horns. So it's like tracing my horns coming off and kind of like flaring off just a little tiny bit.
If only Carlitos were here.
If only he was. And these are not reminiscent of the golden flames that he's been casting. These are dark red flames.
Like spicy Cheetos red.
Like spicy Cheetos red.
Ooh, those are scary things.
I'm a salsa verde guy.
I mean,
So Thalia is going to be like, she's going to linger. She's not going to see. She understands that he threw it deliberately away from her.
Correct.
So she's going to like kind of just stare through her visor. So he can't see my eyes, but he can feel the tension there as I kind of linger there for a moment, just staring him down.
He will not really give it much mind as... Now go. I have other business to attend to. And he begins to kind of go back under. He's shuffling through some papers.
I think we have an issue over here. Need your assistance?
I'll turn, like, kind of giving him last lingering look before I turn away and go. And I'm gonna tell Flea to pick everything up. We're going.
Yeah, I'm feeling like we should donate this to the Temple of Bahamut.
Is there a Temple of Bahamut? Well, let's get out of the guild hall first.
There's probably a Temple of Bahamut somewhere, so.
Yeah, let's get out of the guild hall first before Phileas blows his lid.
So as Thalia is like shooing everyone, I'm just doing my my duties as the collector and just start doop 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 doop.
It doesn't take you much time at all to pick up 50 pieces.
So are you? Oh, sorry, my bad.
That's all good. In fact, you're, dude. Your hands are like fucking Bruce Lee, where they just kind of multiply.
He'd be really good at jacks.
Yes. Champion.
Like
the World Cup of jacks.
All right. We'll go out and I guess I'll ask one of the guards at the door where the Temple of Bahamut is.
As you, I'm Flynn. You leaving too?
Yep, I'm going with him.
All right. As you turn around, Gareth, you linger behind for a moment. As a man exits through one of the doors. Gareth?
Is this shit? What's his name again?
No, this is not him. This seems to be a...
Okay.
Good night, love.
That what?
This seems to be another servant of sorts. Gareth, you are to proceed to the Master's chambers for a immediate discussion about preceding events. Now.
Gareth just kind of like does like a grunting grumble as he just shambles over to go wherever he's needed. Railroading.
right before you enter the room that you've been beckoned to go through, or at least that hallway or that door.
Yep.
You hear the voice, very familiar voice to you. You're very well aware who Darvin is. Out of character. Darvin, because you don't know this part, Darvin is like the voice of the Masters. There's two people that run the Dogs of War. At least two high ranks. Owners, so to speak. They don't communicate with the public, at least not openly. They speak through a man by the name of Darvin. Darvin's a pompous fucking prick. And it's his voice that you'll hear. You know, Gareth, if it wasn't for you know who, I would have slit your throat months ago with no problem at all.
He kind of just stops for a moment and kind of like tenses up before just keep progressing with and all stuff, as he just kind of has a snarl on his face and just kind of goes to move down the hall.
That's right. Go beckon to your master. And as you enter the hall, it is a very fancy hall. Candle lights, candelabras on the wall. Looks like made of pure gold and silver. Lights flicker. Like right now, if Flea walked into this hallway, he'd orgasm and die.
And he tried to pry everything off.
Yeah, dude. Okay.
Crowbar.
He is even trying to pry up the floorboards because they're etched in gold.
It'll be like Home Alone 2. Crowbar's out. How much can I carry?
I'm so sorry. My daughter, she's going to bed, and she just gave me a message to give Mom sorry. So you had just said, Gareth, I apologize.
Oh yeah, no, I was progressing. I was just commenting on the whole Flea would die comments. Like, yeah, it's like even the floorboards are etched in gold.
In fact, the floorboards, even though there are beautiful floorboards, polished, best wood quality. There is like this velvet like rug that just follows through the middle. Your cliche like wood carpet wood kind of concept, and it's just all the way through. If you were to walk barefoot, dude, it's like walking on silk. With
Oh yeah,
Well, because I'm walking on silk.
Flea would be happy and then die.
So you'd go straight through. There's a double door at the very end. This is like a private hallway.
Okay.
And as you get close to the door, you hear, Gareth, that better be you!
It is.
You enter the door. And almost like a 3-floored room. It's these monstrous books lining the wall and 3 floors high. Like balconies that cut across all the books as well. Similar motifs, beautiful candelabra. There's this wooden desk that seems to be carved directly from whatever this building was built inside of. It's like an immovable dresser or work table or desk of some sort. This is gorgeous, gorgeous. You see papers and scrolls. Good night, buddy. Hello. You see papers and scrolls just sprawled out, emblems of the dogs of war. You know, there's actually a section on the wall that shows all the ranks insignias of that sapling seed that just seems to grow and grow and grow into this massive tree or towards the end. There's an individual staring out of the window. All you see, because of the bright light coming through the window, it seems to be sucking in that morning light. All you see is a shadowy silhouette. Silhouette turns around. You see
Voldemort.
the boy who
It's not Voldemort now. I'll be sad.
You see, you see this individual turn around. This individual turns around, and in his hand, a pipe made of like ivory. As he puffs, and turns around. He is wearing a tabard of the highest rank insignia of the Dogs of War, which is basically what you would know to be just making sure it's the right one. Yes, he's known as the Aran, Aran, or one of the heads of this outfit. Out of character, it's like equivalent to a 5-star general of sorts.
Yeah.
And the insignia is a white, large, barren tree. And it encompasses literally like the entire front of his tabard. It's almost like the whole top half of his outfit is this insignia. As he puffs on, white smoke comes out on this ivory pipe. And his face is clear to you. Please hold.
Hmm? I guess,
He's got like for an elf, he's got a squared face. He does have a kind of a red hair, brown eyes kind of thing that seems to go into a pony. He wears like the clothing itself, that tabard is very well tailored. Several pouches hang from the sides of his belts and on his backside as well. You care to explain to me what the hell happened?
So Gareth will sit there and before doing anything, he would kind of like take a knee in front of him and all stuff as he kind of puts his head down. It's like, during execution, Phileas sat there and apparently had second thoughts and tried to blind the executioner.
And why not strike him down?
I thought best not to do things in public and leave things.
You think? Do I keep you alive to think?
No. I am kept alive as a shield.
You do my bidding. Every breath you take is a gift from me.
Gareth just kind of stays there on his knee with his head kind of looking down and all stuff towards his actual knee, just not saying anything.
Take off your armor.
Nope.
You just say no to me?
Oh, no. I was saying, because I didn't hear you.
Take
For
off
a second.
your armor. This type of defiance in front of our people? Unacceptable.
Gareth will do so as instructed. And he'll kind of take off the leather shirt and shoulder pad he was wearing.
You have a shield, right?
Yeah, he'll set the shield down as well.
Pick up your shield.
He'll pick up the shield.
Place it standing on the floor like I normally have you do. And what he means by that is you place the pointy end into the floor and basically assume the position.
Yeah.
And he wants you to bite on the other end of the shield.
He will do so.
You hear a drawer open up from this desk. And although you're not looking directly at him, you hear the sounds of leather hitting floor, solid. And it begins to drag across the floor.
Yeah, he just kind of stays kneeling there. Doesn't move, doesn't try to avoid anything.
Hold on, doing some rolls here. For your insubordination and embarrassing me. How dare you! Crack! You feel this sting across your back. Take 4 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
Never again! Crack! 6 points of slashing damage. You will not defy me! Crack! 4 points of slashing damage. You're lucky I don't kill you where you stand! Crack! 2 points of slashing damage. As each one of these, you just feel flesh opening on your back. You're clearly getting whipped. I hope you learn today how to act! Crack! 6 points of slashing damage. If it happens again, I will take away the gift that I provided to you. The very beat in your heart. What little it is, and as monstrous as it is. Stand up!
He will go to a standing position.
Now put on your armor. The sight of your colored flesh irritates me.
He will go to puts on the leather shirt, shoulder pad, and kind of stands there.
He begins to pace around you. Slowly. What to do? He seems to be very deep in thought. What do I do? Your very behaviors out there is a reflection of me. You've already showed mercy. I can't take it back. Clearly these people are defiant in nature. You seem to think they can follow their own orders. Yet we need the numbers. We need the people. Business must continue. Here's what you're gonna do. Are you listening, slave?
Yes.
Good. You're to follow them. You keep an eye on them. And so help me, Lauma. I will slay you where you stand if you allow one more infraction of my honor happen again. Do you understand me? As he backhands you across the face. Take 1 point of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah. Understood.
Now get out of my face.
Maybe
I should
He'll
have
go-
killed you when I killed your mother.
He'll slowly turn around and walk out.
And close the door.
And closes the door.
Oh, door.
Not slamming. Not slamming. Specifically saying not slamming.
As you exit, you could feel liquid flowing down your back as it folds over the muscles in your back. Because let's be real, your back has a fucking six-pack.
Look, he's big boned. Okay, leave him be.
You feel liquid sliding down into your I mean, for lack of a better way of saying, your ass crack. But you feel as if you're bleeding into your clothing. As you make your way down the hallway, you look around to the silver and gold candelabra, the beautiful carved wood portraits of what looks like militaristic type soldiers for a civilian military. Of course, these portraits of generals, let's say, or forebearers, things like that, or high ranked officials, or men of known, when it comes to this business. You got a moment to yourself. A brief moment, but a moment nevertheless. What is it you think of at this point in time?
At the moment, he's just feeling rage and hatred, and he's just kind of like gritting his teeth and all stuff. It's just like, and all stuff. As he like through his head, he's going, oh, how do I word this? You'll get your what you damn deserve. You'll get what you damn deserve. He's just kind of thinking about that as he's looking at all the shit and all stuff, but not saying anything loud, just thinking in his head.
You get into the single door, you open it up, and you see to your right-hand side these two individuals wrapping up breakfast as one of them stands up. He's just chugging away at this thick, frothy, warm liquid. He's just chugging away. He's, oh my god. Oh my god. Whew. And you see Darvin flipping around through papers on the judge stand. He looks up.
Yeah, he'll just kind of grit his teeth and turn to walk towards the door where he saw the rest of them last he saw, and start heading that direction.
Sure. Now, as all that was going on, we're going to rewind the clock for a little bit as Thalia, Flea, Phileas, and Flynn, as you exit this guild hall, you pass the two guards with halberds, as once again, they're like the royal guard for the queen, well, king. And, they're silent as the grave. You make your way into the city street. This is still fairly early morning. For morning, there's a decent amount of elves doing elvish things in the morning here. It is a town of sorts. Although they hold themselves in high regard, there seems to be a decent amount of income that seems to flow here. This is not a poor community per se. But, you have your ambiance. I'll even put the map back up for even more ambiance. Give me 2 seconds. You can please remove your tokens from the board.
I don't wanna.
Damage will do it. In Main Street, you see passing by 2-horse wagon being pulled seems to be heading off into the woods. The back of it's empty, as you see a child sitting on the back end with legs hanging over the end, kind of enjoying the ride. As you hear "Hya" in Elvish, whatever the Elvish word for "Hya" is, and they continue their way out of town. You look up and you see partly cloudy skies through the canopy, although it's mostly canopy here. However, the fireflies jumping from tree to tree are still very much apparent. It's just not as dark, so they don't illuminate as much, but there's definitely still that kind of atmosphere going on. Except this time you would see birds also whiffing through, flying through the canopies of this area as well. What is it you guys want to do?
We're gonna go to the White Tree Inn.
Didn't we want to see if there's a Temple of Bahamut?
Oh, right. Yes. We're going to find somebody who looks like they are local and ask them about a
Sure.
There's a place of
Temple to
worship
Bahamut.
for Bahamut.
Yep.
As sure, why not? There's people in the city. You make your way up to you see one elf. I assume you get his attention, tap on the
Yes.
shoulder or something.
Yeah, we'll do a tap on the shoulder.
Yes. How may I? Hello.
Is there a temple to Bahamut in town?
Bahamut? No. Oh dear. You must be lost. No. This. We are in favor of the Lauma, creator of life, of course. I apologize. I'm sorry that you. Yeah, Bahamut's not really popular here.
Is
I'll
there,
give a quick. Oh, go ahead.
Is there like a priest or something here?
Oh, of course. I mean, there's priests everywhere. Lauma's very well praised here. I mean, are you looking
Well, you
for
said
a particular?
Bahamut's not really worshipped here, but there's
Yeah.
got to be someone that worships him.
I mean, I'm sure there's many studious people that know of, from what I heard, the mighty Bahamut. But no, not really mainstream here. No. Are you looking for reading material in Bahamut? Is that what it is you're trying to learn? We have a library.
No, we're trying to pay respects.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you lose someone?
Leonad.
Sure.
Lauma is really good. We have a fountain of very religious significance to our kin here. Why don't you go take a look at the waters? Maybe that should bring you some comfort and peace. Especially you. Hello. Leaning over towards Phileas.
His head's still down, not showing his face. And you can
Hello?
see
Is your
some.
friend sick?
You can still see some
I-
faint veins of fire traveling up his horns.
Oh dear. I think the water fountain is what you need. Does your friend need a drink?
He is distraught right now, so just let him be.
Oof, okay. I didn't mean to pry. My most humble apologies. I just you just don't seem well. But yes, no, I'm sorry. No such temple here, the Bahamut.
Understood. And I'm gonna just usher Phileas past towards the inn.
Okay, nice meeting. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Bye.
Yes, our dear Sir Rat. And he goes on and on his merry way. As you
So lucky I didn't pickpocket him.
Alright, we're going to an inn.
as you make your way. So on the way towards this inn, you pass by the shrine of Lauma, right? So once again, there's that water fountain tree.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Glass thing, and then you have to actually pass by it on your left side to get to the White Tree Inn, which is less than a half a block behind that, measurement wise.
As Phileas is being dragged across it, Thalia would get the first form of resistance from Phileas, and he would stop to face the shrine.
I'll let him stop.
So
He would
go ahead.
he would approach it, kneel down right into the waters, and just kind of start weeping. And as he weeps, tears of fire would drop from inside the cloak, and as that happens, the fire on the horns start dying down.
Bilius, is this where you saw the sign? And it opened up your eyes?
Your fire tears.
I saw the sign.
Your fire tears drip into the waters. Every
I
time-
I do ask that in character, just not with the joking part. Just, is this where you saw
Yeah.
the sign?
It's not the
Yes.
Stark.
Your fire
It's-
tears drip into the water, and every time they hit, they go. Tss, tss, tss.
Are you sure that it wasn't just this elvish deity protecting her elvish how do you say, her elvish people? Or are you sure it was Bahamut?
Before we went on this quest, I prayed to Bahamut at this very shrine to watch over this deity and her village. And in turn, Bahamut answered. I was too weak to hear him when we were with her.
There's nothing for it now. Let's get back to the inn. We all need some sleep. And to divvy up coin. Let's recuperate. We'll talk about this more on the morrow.
During this conversation, first off, Flea and Flynn, you're clearly there as well as you look up at this shrine, and I put the ambiance back up there as well, the atmo, as far as the type of shrine it is. Obviously not exactly like that, as there is water that features around, kind of like your city fountain kind of thing. Nevertheless, as you know, Phileas is on your knees, I believe, right?
Yeah.
On your knees, you know, knees are in the water. The water's not deep here, maybe 4 inches tops, you know. As your fire tears hit the water and steam up as it, you know, they burn. You know, in the fountain also is a myriad of coin. Seems to be a lot of silver coin here, almost like people tossing in quarters into a fountain, you know, for luck or what have you, or whatever tradition that these elves in particular, when it comes to Lauma, grant favor for, or what have you. Flea.
Yep.
You're also at the fountain, watching Phileas grief and Thalia trying to rationalize with Phileas. You're more than welcome to add or remove.
If we were to do shares from the 100 gold, how much would it be for everybody?
Is that how much it was? 100 gold?
Yes, that mission was 100 gold.
Okay. So, and how many people do we have, including people who are not currently present?
6?
There'll be 6 total, but 5 players today out of character. But the original contract, Gareth wasn't a part of either, so we don't know what kind of
Okay, so
Gareth had.
So 25, or no, 20 each
20 each
person,
would be
not
fair.
including Gareth. Not including Gareth, because Gareth wasn't part of the group, and he hasn't bled on the contract.
I'll walk up to
Recto mundo.
I'll walk up to Phileas. I'll hand him his 20 pieces of gold. I'll do the same for everybody else, and I'll take mine and throw it into the shrine.
As you, I got this.
All right.
As you're handing over gold to Phileas, do you receive the gold?
So his hand is out like this, but as he's pouring the gold into his hand, it's just kind of just falling into the fountain. He's not really grasping for it at all.
Splash, 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 as all the coins start to fall in. Flea, you see the coins entering the water, and as you look down, you see the gold and a lot of silver.
I'm just tossing my share in. I'm not. So Flea kind of already knows that this is a religious site. Don't steal from religious sites. That's the number one thing
So-
you don't do.
Flea looks,
trying to entice the rogue. How dare you, DM?
So Flea looks around as everyone looks at Flea like, wow. And you reply to them, well, I'm a dick. I'm not an asshole.
Pretty much.
He's a pitcher, not a catcher.
Nevertheless, sure. And that's fine. So Flynn, seeing the distribution of this gold at the fountain, you see
We do have-
Phileas's... Go ahead.
We do have party loot. BT dubs.
That's right. The coin falling into the water, Flynn, you would bear witness to this. I assume at some point Flea would then step out of the water towards you and hand you your 20 pieces.
Yep, I'm going to take that 20, I'm going to put it in my pocket, and then I'm going to, for the sake of weight, I got to get my roll 20 sheet back. I'm going to throw in 420 pieces of copper and 140 pieces of silver.
Oh, he's getting rid of his trash. He's rounding down to just straight up gold. Absolutely. And Flea, you see...
It's like emptying it like a coin star.
Dick.
Flea starts to fucking twitch. Nevertheless, you see that. And at this point, as you see Flynn just dumping his coin star, around the corner, Gareth, you catch up with the rest of the party as you enter the scene.
Dahlia, what are you doing with your share? Are you just pocketing it?
I put 10 in my pocket and 10 into party loot. Because
Okay,
somebody's
so,
got to contribute.
I'll put 10 in as well.
So Phileas dropped his in the river or into the fountain. I, to honor, threw my 20 in because I stole a shit ton. So, you're doing 10 and 10, and Flynn is doing 10 and 10. And Cars is just AFK right now. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Fantastic. So, Gareth, you enter the scene.
Yeah, he'll kind of just shamble up behind him and all stuff. Not necessarily trying to hide his presence, not trying to make it known. Just walks up behind him.
Everyone be made aware of this massive orc creature. You're orc, right?
Like half orc.
Yeah. He definitely have orcish complexions.
Yeah, there's orc in him somewhere.
I was thinking more hobgoblin.
I was thinking more ogre.
Whatever, dude. He's a fucking foreigner, okay? Yeah, his kind's not all that popular around here.
I don't think his kind are popular anywhere.
At the moment.
Even amongst his own people, I don't think they're popular.
Yeah, there's some issues.
No,
there.
hey, we amongst our own people, we are popular amongst ourselves. You just have to be strong, or take a hit.
I don't think so. Thalia just so happens to have first-hand experience on orcish culture.
Biggest stick as leader, damn it!
At this point, everyone would be made aware of Gareth. If you wish to address him, that's up to you.
Up, little guy.
Hans, say that again. I had a loud spike.
What's up, little guy? You doing okay over there? You got some liquid coming out your back.
I'll be fine.
You sure? I mean, I could take a look at it. I mean, my mom was an apothecary.
He just kind of shrugs his shoulders and just takes off the shirt he had, and exposing his back.
Perhaps this isn't the best place.
I mean, if we do this in the inn, they're gonna get pissed at us, so maybe?
Better in the inn than in front of the god.
That is true. I'll quickly look around to see if anybody's near us.
I mean, there are worshippers here in passing. It is a morning hour, so let's just say pre-breakfast, so the whole town is not necessarily awake, but there's a presence.
Okay, big guy. Looks like you got slashed up pretty good. So why don't we patch you up at the inn, and maybe someone can cast a healing spell.
I can tend to him later.
I mean, you did save us from
Gareth
the
just
guards.
kind of throws the shirt back on.
You did save us from the guards, so I feel like I owe you.
At the mention of that, he kind of grits his teeth a little bit in anger, but doesn't really say anything.
I'll pick up on that and say, oops.
As you all seem to collaboratively make your way to the White Tree, known as the higher end establishment when it comes to passerbyers and people kind of visiting town, hotel of sorts. It's the Best Western of the area, I guess. Yeah. Everyone begins to trudge that direction. Phileas, you're last in line, as you still are on your knees. You look down and you see your reflection in the water. The water has ripples. And as you look down, what do you see?
So, looking down at the reflection of my face that hasn't been shown to anybody, he'll see his eyes. There are no pupils, just flames coming out of it that are subsiding slowly until you can finally see his blue irises. And at that point, he finally comes to his actual senses.
You look up at the white tree. And once again, the trunk of this tree, I can't stress enough how immaculate it is. It's this nude figure of a woman with the branches as arms, reaching out. Hair is like the rest of the tree and stuff like that. And the legs are like twisted together to form where the roots are. You kind of look up, and the tree itself, like it's for the most part, it's kind of like just the branches. There's no real leaves on it, right? But as you look up and that light peers through the canopy again, as there's a wind that blows and the light opens up where the canopy is and just shines down on this, the white bark just kind of reflects that light, makes it glow. With the humidity in this area, just radiates around you. It's very, very much a very mystical feeling. Not every person would feel it, but if you were to close your eyes and take a deep breath in, you would feel like you were in the presence of a being, whether it be Bahamut or whatever. You are in tune with spirituality in that way. You would feel something. And the bark begins to kind of shed its white layer a little bit, like snow, and it just kind of flutters around you and into the water.
Why, Bahamut? Why? If she was meant to be saved, then why did it end like this?
As you once again sink your head down, I think that imagery is a nice depressing way to end our session tonight.
Someone just walks up behind Phileas and just pushes his head in the water.
To lighten the mood, there is an invisible icon underneath your D&D Beyond profile name, and if you click it, it's a little wizard flickering RGB and moving his head like this.
Oh,
So
yeah.
party time.
Yep.
It's like right above the anvil on
Yes,
D&D
right
Beyond.
above the anvil.
In the character sheets.
And then if you hover over navigation menus, all the text will change colors.
Where? I don't see it. Okay, I see the anvil.
So you
go a
see
little
the
bit-
bar where it says collections, game rules, sources.
Yes.
Follow that line all the way to directly over the anvil, and you should find a spot where your
That's
cursor will see
cool.
it. Yeah.
Look at him.
What does it do though?
It just changes the colors of the navigation menu as you hover over them. And then you can turn them off by just clicking it again.
That's cool as shit. It's party
I
time.
found that like way earlier in the session. And I just looked it up, and that's all he does. He just does that.
All right, dudes, if you could be so kind to place your tokens back in their proper destination.
Could somebody grab mine? I just exited out.
You son of
It's
a
in there.
bitch, you did that last time too.
Somebody grab mine.
Yeah.
Someone got mine. Okay.
He's like, yeah, I did, and I'm proud of it too.
GG, boys, we're now richer.
Hell yeah.
Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's session. Let me.
We lost your audio.
Check 1 2.
There
Yep, we hear you.
Okay, that wasn't just me there for a second.
Let me kill the stream real quick. 1 sec.